Guys, I had to dress up for the occasion. What the fuck is happening in this sport right now? What is going on in this league? I guess not even just the league. This fucking Gavin McKenna situation. Close enough. Welcome back, Patrick Kane. What is even going on? I was like, I came home from work, and I was like, I'm skipping the gym. I need to go live early. I need to go live early today. There's much to discuss. How do I sound? Does everything sound okay? My OBS is like, I don't know what happened. I like had to reset like the docks, and I'm so like, my OBS has looked the same way, and then when Justin came over and I had to like add a bunch of shit to it, it's all messed up now, and it's pissing me off. McKenna didn't want to go to Vancouver, can't blame him. I think this Gavin McKenna situation, you think this is going to kill his stock. I think this might raise his stock. If we're being honest. Like, we don't know the situation. I'm sure some dude was fucking blabbering at him in a bar, and the guy didn't keep his chin tucked, you know? And he touched his chin. What else is there, you know? Twitter is we are really getting Patrick Kane 2.0. Oh my gosh. Guys, there's so much to discuss. I was honestly going to go live and do a pregame just to talk about Ryan Green being scratched. What the hell? Like, I was just going to do Ryan Green and Ilya Mikheyev talk because that's, you know, I put out that Ilya Mikheyev video yesterday. But now there's just so much shit. So where are we starting? I guess let's start with this Gavin McKenna shit because that's like really breaking news. Free Gavin till it's backwards. Avoid Vancouver at all costs. I mean, shit, you might be right. Sorry, I'm still getting everything situated here, guys. Tank for McKenna. Wait, actually, you know what? I want to keep this off for a second and pull up this Jordan Schmaltz clip. Let's hear what Jay Swish has to say about these matters. We got to know what Jay Swish is saying.
What's up, folks? 93.1, yours truly, Jay Swish, the peoples. Hey, I just wanted to pop by the program quickly and talk Gavin McKenna. Now, Gavin McKenna is the potential pegged to be number 1 overall draft choice in this year's National Hockey League entry-level draft. He has been the sensation, the phenom, the protege for years. The most anticipated first overall pick in
all right. Let's relax on that.
Quite some time. I would say, you know, the last few years, there's been some home runs. Matthew Schaefer, you know, different guys, Jack Hughes, but
Jay Swish forgetting about Macklin Celebrini and Connor Bedard. It's okay. It's all right, Swish.
I just think in terms of the hype of a young man, this 17-year-old out of Penn State is that
he is
guy.
Hyped. He is hyped,
you know what?
To be fair.
There was an incident over the weekend, and he happened to break some kid's jaw in a bar fight. That's baseball.
That's baseball. Hey, chat, that is baseball, to be fair. You know, shit happens. That's baseball.
But more importantly, first of all, what is that kid doing that got knocked out or got his jaw broken? he has to stay tucked. I mean, where's your chin, buddy? You can't just leave it in.
He's got to stay tucked. You got to keep your chin tucked.
The wind, like, you have to be tucked. I always say you have to keep your chin tucked. You have to keep it hidden to the point where not only the National Guard couldn't find it, but another Samaritan out there that if you're going to lip off, you reach, I'll teach, fella. So, in saying that, I just think Gavin McKenna, and we'll see what comes out, and there's reports of, he was being kicked out of a bar, and this kid was chirping him on the way out.
He's going to be a superstar. I don't care about his numbers at Penn State this year. I don't care if he goes from junior and then starts struggling a little bit against, bigger, more grown players. I don't care. Gavin McKenna is going to be a superstar, all right? I've seen enough. Welcome back, Patrick Kane.
There was a scuffle. Teammates involved.
There was a scuffle. He broke a kid's jaw.
McKenna being the household name, I think is pending some charges. But I will say, if I'm an NHL team and I see this, as long as he's not in jail, man, does his stock go up. I like that bite. I didn't know he had that in him. I don't care if it, took 13 Irish car bombs to get there or 7 fireball shots. I like that jam.
I like that jam.
I like a guy that's not scared to just chuck him. Don't care if it's on the ice, a bar, whatever. As long as it wasn't just a full-on sucker punch, even if it was. Even if you were a little criminal.
If it was. Even if you get a little criminal. I'm so dead, dude. You know what? As long as if it wasn't a sucker punch. Even if it was.
You win with those guys. I'm not talking about going full Diddy or full Ray Rice. I'm just talking about if a guy's chirping you, lipping off, and you happen to tag his chin, and he's exposed, man, if I got the first overall pick, I actually, I was leaning maybe towards other guys. There's Verhoff's in the mix, that Swedish fella. I'm not Epstein. I don't really watch prospects and underagers, but
I'm gonna start using that line because people are obsessed with prospects, and I just don't have the time to watch hours and hours of junior tape. I'm gonna start saying I'm not Epstein. I don't like to watch underagers.
There was some talks of other names in the mix. To me, after something like this happens, I got my guy. Yesterday's price ain't today's. All press is good press, folks. I learned that early from O.J. Simpson. But I just think wrapping this whole thing up, Gavin McKenna.
I learned that early from O.J. Simpson.
Stay with it, kid. I didn't know you had that jam. I love it as long as, you know what, it wasn't something that warrants jail time. You play on, you get back in the lineup. Man, I love that. Kid's got jam. Fucking pretty badass.
People I've seen he could be facing up to 20 years in prison. Relax. It's a bar fight. I promise you. If it was a sucker punch, I'd be shocked. And also, there's no way it's bad. There's no way it's that bad. There's no way that it was like a sucker punch and he was just drunk and just butchered this kid and then is going to go to jail. Because here, I'll show you why. The timing of this is all so bizarre to me. The timing of this is so bizarre, and here's why. Gavin McKenna's Instagram, he, not to do fucking investigator junior player shit right now. Okay, you guys can't see all of it. It doesn't even matter. Gavin McKenna posted this dope. We've all seen this picture, right? The Gavin McKenna after he scored at the game against Michigan State this past weekend. He hit the celly. It was a sick pick. He posted this a day ago after the bar fight was on Saturday, and he posted this on Tuesday. So if he was in serious trouble, I don't think he'd be going on Instagram and posting shit. Just bizarre, though. Truly just bizarre. I gotta say, I like it. And I got a top comment. This Chicklets posted a reel of... Okay. Chicklets posted a reel of their interview with Gavin McKenna the other day, and McKenna was just explaining to Biz how him and Bedard are like cousins through marriage or whatever. And I commented, I have top comment on the reel. I said, I know a Blackhawk when I see one. Now look, if the Blackhawks end up picking 4th or 5th, and this makes McKenna slide a few spots, I mean, come on. It's a little bit of, I'm kind of doing a bit right now. I did tweet this a few moments ago. I did tweet this. And that's true. You can't teach grit, all right? There are many things in the sport of hockey you can teach, but you can't teach grit. As Jay Swish just said, I like that jam. I don't mind that jam one bit. Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything I got to say on the McKenna thing. I mean, look, hopefully the kid with the honestly, we don't know the whole story. I'm not going to send my sympathies to the kid with the broken jaw because, as someone who has spent my fair share of time running my mouth in a bar, sometimes you deserve to get chinned, And if I had to take, and look, I could be completely wrong. This could be a gruesome assault by Gavin McKenna, and maybe he'll go to jail. But if I had to guess, someone was in that bar acting foolishly, treating Gavin McKenna like less than a human, treating Gavin McKenna like he wasn't going to do anything to him, and then he probably got caught. He was probably running his mouth, and then he got caught. Yeah, I do hope that there's footage of it. I'd be shocked if no one gets footage of it. I did just see I never know what's gonna pop up on the Twitter algorithm, so I like to hide it when I am going around and searching and all right, here's another one. I haven't even read this yet, but I'll pull it up with you guys. Funny story. So my brother goes to Penn State, and last night he was out with his friends after the hockey game, and his boy was all banged up, and they saw Gavin McKenna and his mom at the bar. The boy called Gavin's mom and McKenna just knocked him the fuck out. My brother had to take his friend to the hospital that night. His friend has a broken jaw in 3 places, a concussion, and missing teeth. If that is true, get that first overall pick. Oh my gosh. If that is true, do everything you can to get this kid. If that is true, trade everything to get that pick. If this is the story, this is my favorite player in the world. If this story is true, I am a Gavin McKenna fan regardless of who. If the if the Vancouver Canucks get him, I'm a Gavin McKenna fan. If this story is true. I usually don't believe this type of source, but if your jaw breaks in 3 places, maybe don't talk trash when you have a styrofoam chin. Also, chirping someone's mom is insane. I hope this is true. Oh my gosh. Draft him now. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine? If this story is true, legend. That's fucking awesome. I hope that's true. Yeah, super valid. What? If some dude calls your mom that and you don't do that, that's kind of... I'd think less of you, to be quite honest. I'd think less of an individual. You as a man, why are you letting your mom get called something like that to her face? Respectfully. Why are you not doing something about it? Obviously, that's just Twitter. That's just internet shit, so that could be completely false. But that's fucking crazy. All right, let's get into Ryan Reeves and Sidney Crosby in the same player. We need it. Sign me up. Give me that kid now. Let's transition into some Panarin talk. How many of you, raise a hand, how many of you wanted Artemi Panarin? Raise a hand. It's the contract is kind of what's the most surprising thing to me. That's what's shocking to me was that okay, also so like this stuff right here. Like, let's not pretend like in this is gonna be like I've seen a lot of this already on Twitter. People acting like, oh, it just cost a third. That was not how the deal happened. Artemi Panarin had a couple of spots where he wanted to go. This whole thing was completely up to Artemi Panarin, and so Artemi Panarin got to choose where he was gonna go. There were a few teams. It was like Carolina, Washington, LA, and like one of the in Dallas or like one of the Florida teams. And so basically New York kind of, and I heard all this from Frank Saravalli today. New York basically we're getting options from each of those teams, right? Like every single one of those teams kind of offered Chris Drury and the New York Rangers whatever the package was going to be for Panarin. But then ultimately the decision was up to Artemi Panarin on where he was going to go. And so it ends up being LA. And so Blackhawks fans, of course, are seeing, what? It just costed a third and he signed a 2-year contract. That was surprising to me. I was either expecting him to go like 1-year rental deal to win a chip with like the Dallas Stars or something, or I was expecting him to go somewhere and sign a 4 or 5-year deal. Everything we were hearing was that he wanted close to $50 million, but was probably going to get more in the $40 to $45 million range. But he signs a 2-year deal. And so obviously the knee jerk for a ton of Blackhawks fans is, wait, we could have gotten this guy for, a third and a second in a prospect, and we could have signed him to a 2-year contract at $11 million. He didn't want to, Chicago were not on the list of teams. Like, it was never going to happen in Chicago. So we don't need to kick ourselves about that. It is just interesting kind of the way it all happened. I was expecting there to be more term. I was expecting more or less term. I'm very surprised, to be honest with you guys, that it ends up just being a 2-year deal. Panarin only wanted to go to LA. Yeah, I think there were only a couple of teams that he wanted to go to. Caleb Jones, Blackhawk legend. Defenseman Caleb Jones has been suspended 20 games without pay for violating NHLPA performance enhancement. Oh my gosh, we got fucking Caleb Jones on PEDs before GTA 6. What is going on? What is going on? We got Caleb Jones, Blackhawk legend Caleb Jones on PEDs before GTA 6. Yeah, so 2-year extension, newly acquired Artemi Panarin, $11 million per. Other teams had been prepared to offer in the neighborhood of 4 years by 11.75. See, so like that's not, you wouldn't want this if you're a Blackhawk fan. I'm sorry. I know you think you might, some of you, some might not, I know. But this would not be good. 11.75 would not be good. He obviously really wanted to go to LA if he's just going to sign the 2-year extension for 11. How else was Caleb supposed to keep up with his brother? Yeah, apparently true. But yeah, I mean the New York return is shocking. I mean, the Rangers are so poverty. They retain 50% for the rest of the season, which, I mean, doesn't matter. They're in tank mode anyway, but they get a conditional third, and then the conditional 4th round pick is if the LA Kings win 2 playoff rounds. The Rangers get that 4th pick. Otherwise, I think it's just Liam Greentree in the 3rd. So, yeah, basically a bag of pucks. Liam Greentree's a fine player. But just banana lands. How do you guys feel about that? How do you guys feel about that? I guess I could also... What is... Did you guys, like... What was your knee-jerk reaction seeing that Panarin deal in contract? Were you bummed? Be honest. Be honest, were you thinking about Breadman plus Bedsy? Be honest with me. The Kings might not make it the playoffs, and that's totally another thing. That's what I said to my coworker today. I was like, they are not a lock. And even if they do make the playoffs, I wonder who they're going to be playing in the first round, chat. Chat, I wonder who the LA Kings are going to be playing if they make it in the first round. They're going to end up and so yeah, they're on the outside looking in right now. Oh shit, I don't even have my Actually, we'll just transition to this. We'll pull this up. Not like that, though. You guys can't see anything there. Patience, patience, patience. Teaching patience. Just on the outside, point out right now, game in hand, though, on Seattle. If they make it, Edmonton's going to end up finishing above Vegas. It's going to be fucking... They're going to end up playing Edmonton or Colorado. They're either going to play Connor McDavid for the 7th year in a row. McJesus and friends. Correct. Ding, ding, ding. Correct. Yeah, they're going to end up playing McJesus or McKinnon and them. Either way, they're fucked. Like, they're not, But LA is like, that's such like a New York Rangers move, honestly. Like bringing in a star player like that just to like get bums in seats in LA. Like LA fans don't know the difference, They're like, yeah, Artemi's coming to town. Maybe the team can do it. That Kings team is not going on a run the next 2 years. The player with the most points on the Kings is Kempe, and I don't even think that guy has 50 points. Uh, 45 points in 54 games played. Like, this Kings team fell off so hard from last year. Every single one of them took a nosedive in production. Anze Kopitar turns out that it's probably the right time for him to hang him up. This team's not good. They're not good. They're not great. They're not a great team. Just wanted to let you know Berkey is a top 6 player, but we have Green a healthy scratch. I know. Trust me, I know. I tweeted about it. Let's go Blue Jackets. Alaya, I'm not going to lie to you. I cashed out that bet like 3 days ago. I cashed out that $100 bet. So Chad, I don't know if every single one of you guys know this. At the start of the year, I placed a $100 wager on the Columbus Blue Jackets to make the playoffs this year. I made like a video about it. They were in my like playoff prediction video type betting video that I put out at the beginning of the year early on this channel. And yeah, the Blue Jackets were like going to be the team that I was riding to the playoffs. It was like plus 198. They weren't like favored to do so, but they have been on an absolute tear as of late. I just don't think they're going to do it at this point in the year. Like this is the worst time to get hot. They finally get hot. They're on like a 6-game win streak or whatever it is. And the whole league is going on hiatus for over 2 weeks. Like this is the worst time. This is the worst time you could possibly get hot. And so I was able to cash it out, dude. And they were last in the East for like a month and a half. And I was able to cash out like a few days ago. I checked and I was able to cash out for $80. And I was like, this is going to be I don't think they're going to gain this ground. Even though they've been hot, like, still 5 points out. I was able to cash out for $80. I was like, yeah, I'm going to take this. I'm going to take this and run. I thought the Bruins were going to be way worse than they were this year. I did not see the Islanders being as successful as they were this year. And honestly, like, my reasoning, like, I predicted the downfall of these two teams in the video. And I talked about how ass the Metro is. So I was right about those things. In Pittsburgh, too. So, like, I was pretty, honestly, if you go back and watch that video, I was pretty right about that, a lot of that stuff. I just I did not foresee Pittsburgh. I thought Pittsburgh was going to be like one of the worst teams in the league. I think a lot of people did. But yeah, I mean, the Jackets are on an absolute heater right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6-game win streak. And holy shit, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 of their last 11. That's pretty nuts. Absolute heater. Terrible time to get hot. Terrible time to get hot. All right, let's do it. Let's do Green and Mikheyev talk. So Ryan Green, not in the lineup tonight, gets the health bomb. I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about it one bit. I tweeted that I think it's crazy that Andrei Burakovsky is still in the top 6. Meanwhile, you're scratching Ryan Green. That just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't. I guess I should move it this way. So we've got Bedard, Nazar, Bertuzzi, which according to Jeff Blashill, this is probably going to be the last game that they are on a line together. Bedard, after the Olympic break, is going to be able to take faceoffs, or he's getting back to being able to take faceoffs. So it's going to be Bedard, first-line center, Frank Nazar, second-line center. They really want that to be the 1-2. They really want that to be the 1-2. But then the second line, we've got Oliver Moore, who gets moved up from the fourth line to the second line, which is good, and he deserves it. But Burakovsky and Teravainen still in the top 6. Well, Ryan Green gets the health bomb. Foligno, Slaggert, Doc as the fourth line here. Yeah. I don't know. The Ryan Green thing, look, someone on Twitter replied to my tweet and said, what did he say? Gosh. Not this one, but Ryan Green scratched. If Burakovsky is still in the top 6, I'm going to lose my mind. Tavo and Berkey have been terrible, yet we're going to scratch 22-year-old center playing in between them. Make it make sense. Bars, which is just like fact. And someone pointed out, where is it? Green is a -8 with 1 assist in his last 5. Kid's too young to just be given the benefit of the doubt. You got to earn the time. I'm sorry, Andrei Burakovsky has been much worse. I can't imagine Andrei Burakovsky's stats are any better. I cannot imagine they are any better than Ryan Green's. And not even that, like, plus minus matters. But, like, if we're going to play that game, let's play that game. Let's see. Why is that? Oh, I see. Yeah, no points, -2, -3, -4, -5, -8. He has 0 points and is a -8 in his last 4, Andrei Burakovsky. So, like, Burakovsky's been worse. He's been worse on the stats in eye tests. Like, Ryan Green's been drawing penalties. Ryan Green hasn't been that bad. He's just been on a line with Teuvo Teravainen and Andre Burakovsky. And a lot of people replying to me were talking about, like, oh, Teuvo catching strays. Teuvo hasn't been that bad. Teuvo's not been good. Why are we, like... Why are people pretending like am I watching something different than everyone else? Teuvo Teravainen has not been good for the Chicago Blackhawks since that brief stint with Nick Lardis and Oliver Moore. That brief stint where those three together, they had like 3 games that they looked good together. Teuvo Teravainen's not been good. He's not been good at all. W. Gavin for standing up for his mom. Yeah, I talked about the Gavin situation first. Berkey hasn't been the same since taking that hit to the head against Seattle. I don't know if it's a concussion thing. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but he's not been good. I think we can kind of sit here and also, yeah, this guy said Blashill is a terrorist. Let's not throw hey, the T word means something, all right? The T word means something, chat, to me in this household. The T word means something. It's reserved for special kinds of people like Stan Bowman, all right? Let's not go throwing around the T word at Jeff Blashill. Jeff Blashill's done a lot of fantastic things for this team. I don't agree with this decision, though. I do not agree with the green scratch. I do not know why Andre Burakovsky has remained in the top 6 unless the Blackhawks are actively looking to shop him. But this is another one of those bad moves. Like, this doesn't look good for Kyle Davidson. And this is what's tough is Andre Burakovsky to start the year was we were all like, oh my gosh, Andre Burakovsky, what a pickup. We shipped out Joe Veleno for this guy. He was great with Connor Bedard at the start of the year. But something's happened, and he has just not looked like the same player over the past month or so. He's saying he's a passenger would do him justice. Like, I think he's been a detriment. He has been a detriment to this team over the past month. He's been straight up bad, and he has not been taken out of the top 6 at all. And so I don't like that. But, like I don't think the Blackhawks are going to try to move him. Like, I don't even think Kyle Davidson's going to do that because then it makes Kyle Davidson look bad. You know? Unless Kyle Davidson can move him for better than what, we got in the deal. The reason why we got Andre Burakovsky was because it was a cap dump. He was getting overpaid. That contract's not good. He's making over $5 million. Very Matrix, very Neo. Guys, my fit is fucking ridiculous. I don't know if this is Matrix and maybe just the glasses. Also, this tie is too short for me and I just tied it once and I didn't try it again. He got headshot. Okay. Everyone over the age of 25 on the roster needs to be shipped out. Let the young guns get wrecked until they turn the corner. All of our vets are dog meat. I don't agree with that sentiment. And so, all right, anything else you guys got to say about the Ryan Green, Andre Burakovsky, Teuvo Teravainen thing? Anything else you guys want to get off your chest? Any questions, comments, concerns? Because I do want to talk about Ilya Mikheyev. If you judge by the month, what about our 91? 91 had like a 4-game point streak. Last game, the game against the Sharks, he was kind of a non-factor. But the several games before that, 91 was looking really good. Guy Fieri maxing. Yeah, that's true, I guess. I guess that's better than... I don't know. Is that better than Oliver Tree wannabe? That was crazy. Did you guys see that? I posted that on my Instagram story. Nico, who's in chat a bunch, called me and Justin Oliver Tree wannabe and Charles Kirk. Love the shades. Thank you. That Gavin McKenna story just got me in a mood, and I felt like I needed to wear sunglasses for this one. So, I did. But, Mikheyev is a fucking stud. All right, let's talk about it. Did you guys watch my video? I think there was, for the most part, dissenters. I think most people disagreed with my take. Do you understand my concern? Even if you disagree with me, do you understand my concern with giving Ilya Mikheyev an extension? Because, like, we can just sit here and be like, ship out Burakovsky. I don't think the general manager is going to ship out Burakovsky, because then that just makes him look like he's doing bad business. If you ship out Andrei Burakovsky, which, by the way, no one's going to want that at the deadline. Like, you would have to eat so much of that contract. You're not going to get anything back for him. So, like, it's just not happening. Gosh, this is annoying. Why is this so fucking... I need to shrink this. I'm sorry. You guys are going to have to squint a little. Fucking cry me a river. I'm on the fence if we keep him or ship him. I low-key want McKenna, no doubt now. Hella respect for knocking Due out. Okay, that him, like, because his mom got called a whore. I shouldn't say that. Not that I, like, think it's bad, but I just don't know if YouTube gets touchy about that word. Whatever. This video, I mean, these streams don't get monetized anyway. I play, like, highlights and stuff all the time. If the dude actually called his mom a whore, you know, total respect for Gavin McKenna fucking catching that guy's chin. That is just Twitter. Someone just could have just tweeted that. Like, that takes no effort at all to text your friend. Yo, so my buddy goes to my buddy's friend's cousin's neighbor's kid that he dog sits for goes to Penn State, and his brother's second cousin's ex-wife said that Gavin McKenna, you know, like, anybody could do that. So we don't know if that's truly the story or not. But if it is, he's the man. Anyway, I talked about McKenna at the start of this. Just go back and watch the start of this. I talked about it extensively and pulled up the Jay Swish video, which if you haven't watched, you should see it. The thing is like, a lot of people under my video said you can't just have like 24 and unders. You need more veterans. Like, you need veteran players. You have veteran players. You do have veteran players. But for this rebuilding team, like, in like, Connor Bedard is not a child. Like, I guess Connor Bedard's still a real young kid, but he's in his third year. Alex Vlasic's in what, his fifth season? He'll be in his fifth season next year, I think. Is this his third or his fourth? Alex Vlasic. Either way, like, Spencer Knight has been in the NHL for several years now. Like, you've got, and then you've got Burakovsky, you got Bertuzzi, you got Teravainen still. You got Ryan Donato still. Like, you have guys. And so this Burakovsky contract right here is not, like, you're not going to just be able to move that. You're going to have to, like, give up an asset to take that, for someone to take that, most likely. And so that's not happening at the deadline. That's not a deadline move. There's not a team that's contending that's like, we need $5.5 million Andrei Burakovsky on our third line, because he can't play third line minutes because he sucks on the defensive side of the ice. Like, we've had Jeff Blashill talking about how he can be, like, trying to improve Andrei Burakovsky's defensive game. He's 30 years old. What are we... you're going to teach an old dog new tricks? We're teaching Andrei Burakovsky defensive fundamentals? You know? Like, you've got him. You've got Burakovsky. You've got Burakovsky for another year. I don't think that's getting moved. It's easy to be like, extend Mikheyev, trade Burakovsky. I don't think that's going to happen. And so if that's not going to happen, I don't think you should extend Mikheyev. If you can, perfect world. If you can trade Burakovsky or you can trade Donato, then sure, sign McCabe. I'm not even a Donato hater like a lot of people are. And I wasn't a Burakovsky hater at all, but he's been ass. I'm not trying to hate on Andre Burakovsky. He just hasn't been good. And it's like that guy should take an... If it's his head, people in chat saying that, oh, after that hit against Seattle, he hasn't been the same. Scratch him. Give him a week off. I mean, he's going to have time off for the Olympic break because he's not going. He's not representing Sweden. But, like, if that's the case, take him out of the lineup. You're not, like, Andre Burakovsky is not winning or losing. Well, he might be losing this team games. He's not winning this team games right now. You can afford to give Andre Burakovsky a week off. Why is Ryan Green getting taken out of the lineup? He's got to earn it. He's not even been, like, the third or fourth worst forward. I'm sure if we look at, like, Colton Dock's stats over the last few games, they aren't as good. You know? Frank Saravalli said the return for a Connor Murphy trade is only a third-round pick. That's pretty cheeks. How? How could it be that low? I swear, like, are the Blackhawks, like, is Kyle Davidson just bad at fucking negotiations? Like, that's crazy to me. Big right shot guy like that, who's been as good as he has been this year, is only fetching you a third in this market? How is that possible? I guess I should pull up this CHSM broadcast. I don't know. Love Donato. He might not be scoring at the same pace, but we didn't expect him to, and he always hustles. Yeah, if he can reach the 20-goal mark, I'm pumped. Like, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with Ryan Donato's season. I know that he's had, like, his ups and downs this year. Like, he's had stretches where he's been really good, and he's had stretches where he's been, like, almost completely unnoticeable. But you don't feel bad about putting him on the fourth line. You know, he can go up and play in your top six if somebody gets injured, and you don't feel bad about playing him on your fourth line. You can't play Andre Burakovsky on your fourth line, obviously, because he would be if you could, but you can't, so you don't. You know, he's been ass. He's not been good. He should not be in the top six, but you can't put him in your bottom six. You're not going to put him on a checking line because he doesn't play defense. He doesn't know how. He just skates past the play. He skates past pucks in both zones. It's infuriating. The shades make you look like Dr. Disrespect's little brother, Mr. Rude. Okay, dude. Mr. Rude. Package Murphy and Berkey for a 6th rounder. No, you're not moving, and now I'm taking off the shades. Is it almost game time? Holy shit, it's almost game time. Wait, fuck. I gotta change my... Oh my gosh, what a nightmare. Oh wait, I should take this off. I gotta change my thumbnail and title. Give me a second, guys. We are almost underway in CBJ. I don't even know how to... We're underway. Puck dropped. Channel's gonna... Or the clock's gonna have to wait a sec. Geez, time flies when you're having fun, guys. I wasn't even paying attention. This game really crept up on me. All right. Thumbnail and title have been updated. Hopefully that loads. Load. Did we just have a good look there? Donato's offense takes shots, struggles on D, sometimes cheats in the D zone. He works harder though defensively than Andre Burakovsky does. I'm sorry, he does. And he forechecks a lot harder than Andre Burakovsky does. He's more physical than Andre Burakovsky is. Like, the Hawks have had to resort to dump and chase in a lot of these games. Andre Burakovsky's like, he's fast, but then like he doesn't hit a fly. He wouldn't harm a fly, Andre Burakovsky. All right, hopefully the thumbnail and title looks what it's supposed to look like. It does. Nice. Cool. Good job, Lee. Thank you. You're welcome. All right, let's get the clock going. Let's dial in. I'm recovering from oral surgery. Woke up from a nap to your stream. Well, I hope you feel better. Happy to have you. What's the Gavin consensus? He's a fucking nail gun. He's a beautician, and I would give anything to get him. Especially if the story about some dude calling his mom an expletive and then he goes over and chins the kid. If that's true, I would give up everything. I would sacrifice family members to get Gavin McKenna on the Blackhawks. If true. If he just suckered punched the kid, that's kind of a bitch move. Bertuzzi! Oof. Graves makes the save. Change the period. Good call. We don't know if Gavin McKenna is going to be the first pick and got roasted in the CHR chat. Yeah, I mean, that was a pretty bad take to have last year, if I'm being honest. I still think he can and should be, especially now. I think he should be. It's gonna be about who drafts first. Like, if Vancouver gets the first overall pick, they're taking Gavin McKenna, no doubt. It depends upon who gets it. If the Blackhawks got the first overall pick, I bet they would take Stenberg over McKenna, which sucks. It doesn't suck. It maybe is better. It may be like Stenberg's unbelievable. Like, I think this is going to be like another one of these, like, you know, kind of like the Bedard year where you had like 3-4 studs that like could all have been first overall picks in different years, you know? Like, I think that probably will be the situation this year with Stenberg and McKenna. But like, if San Jose miraculously shoots up the rankings, you know, if they pull a New York Islanders and move from like the 10th spot to the first spot, the San Jose Sharks would take Keaton Verhoff number 1, you know? So it's about who gets the pick, I think. Lamau, thanks, Lee. Sorry. Oh, turnover there in the neutral zone. Blocker save from, is it Spencer Knight in net again? Jeez, they're really giving him the workload. I know he didn't skate yesterday for practice. That's interesting that they just go back to him. Give him one more before the Olympic break. All right, here's Landon Slaggert. He plays it off the wall for Colton Dock, but it doesn't get past the defender. Here comes the Jackets. Werenski's in. Shot, I think, was going wide, but Knight saved it. Oh, quick chance. Knight makes another save. Holds on. Werenski's so good. Berkey and Murphy for Jeff Skinner. Boom. Oh, what? Jeez. Don't make you the GM. How about we put you in jail? My laptop's geeking. Hawks fail to get it out. Werenski shoots. It hits traffic. Hit Renzel in front. Kaiser moves it up the boards. Bertuzzi plays his body well. Hawks come up with the puck. Renzel with an outlet pass finds Bedard, streaking through the neutral zone. Oh my gosh, what a move. Shoots one. Oh, just wide. Holy shit. Bedard acted like he was going to leave that for Bertuzzi, and then I think he realized Bertuzzi wasn't going to be able to get on it, and he kind of just did a little toe drag. Oh my gosh, and the Blue Jackets score on a weird Zach Werenski. Top 3 defenseman on the planet, Zach Werenski scores. Hit a body out in front. Going to have to see the replay on this. This was such a sweet move from Bedard. So it gets around Bertuzzi way too easily. Did it hit Spencer Knight's mask? Is that what happened? What kind of angle? Show me one more angle. Oh my God. Show me another angle. Why are you only showing the goal twice? Why are you only showing the goal twice? Did it hit Knight's mask or something? Or did he just hit the post and in or something? I didn't like... Should turn up my audio a little bit. All right, Oliver Moore into the zone. I didn't start the clock. Hit Vlasic's skate. Okay. Wonderful. I'm not blaming the D pair for that. That was really soft by... Oh, it ping-ponged off Crevier's skate and then hit Vlasic's skate. What a fucking nightmare. Why did they not show that angle the first time? That pisses me off. That drives me up a wall. I mean, that's unlucky as it gets. Bertuzzi got walked there, though. I know that it's Zach Werenski, but you gotta do better than that. I'm watching Lee Grossman from work. Get back to work. I'm just kidding. Keep the stream up. Like the video. If you guys all wouldn't be so kind, or could you guys like the stream? I don't know what I'm trying to say. Can you guys like the stream? Hawks win the draw. Gonna get it out here. Mikheyev gets the puck into the Columbus zone. Kind of killed the rush there, but it's okay. Fantilli into the Hawk zone. Puck gets put in the corner. Renzel does well there. Sorry, that wasn't Sam Renzel. Is that Ryan Donato? It was Ryan Donato. Icing here on Columbus, I believe. Why is the Swedish bum in the net again? Spencer Knight's in net. I don't think Spencer Knight is Swedish or a bum. It wasn't icing. It was just, I don't know what the call was. Maybe a high sticking or something, but it was a draw at the center ice. Can't get the game, so just put this on to see if we were off to a terrific start. Guess not. It was a really... Bertuzzi kind of got cooked by Werenski. Doc, with a good chance. Vlasic slams one. I don't even know if that got to Graves in net. It might have hit a body. It was a very unfortunate deflection, though. Bertuzzi gets walked by Werenski, and then he shoots one that was going to go wide, but it hits Crevier's skate and then hits Vlasic's skate and then goes into the net. So, pretty unfortunate goal. I think we've started relatively fine other than that. Is Levshinov still out? Yeah. Yeah. We knew that, though. They said that he was going to probably sit until the Olympics. Great. Charlie Coyle, Blackhawk assassin. Here comes Werenski. Oh. I think he might have gotten Kaiser up high with that follow through. Kaiser goes down. He kind of tumbled awkwardly with Kaiser. I hope it's just that like face. I hope it's not a knee or something. That's not good. I really hope that's not a knee or anything. It looks like it's a leg. Ah, shit. Oh, if it's a fucking knee, man, what a nightmare. Kaiser goes to the dressing room. Werenski falls awkwardly on his leg. I think that could be a knee. Oh, what a nightmare. That makes me sick. That makes me sick. Levshinov, another first round bust like Reichel and Korchinski. Chicago has bad scouts. It's way too early to call Artem Levshinov a bust. It's way too early. What did Green do to Blashill to get scratched? I don't think Jeff Blashill can scratch Andre Burakovsky for whatever reason. I don't know, I don't know if it's Jeff Blashill's decision. I don't know if there are higher ups influencing decisions. Like that was another thing people were replying to my tweet saying like they're trying to show Burakovsky before the deadline. Burakovsky's not getting moved at the deadline. What team would be at the trade deadline mid-season and be like, you know what? We need $5.5 million Andre Burakovsky. There is not a single of the 32 teams in the NHL that are thinking that way. There's not a single one of them. No team is looking for Andre Burakovsky at that cap hit. No one. That's not real. It's not happening. They're not like showing Andre Burakovsky off. They're not trying to give him like a little tryout to get GMs and other teams interested in him. That's not what's happening. I don't know why he hasn't sat at all. I don't know why he hasn't been scratched. He's been so fucking bad. It's hard. It's so much easier. Look, that second line has not been good. The Tavo line, the Tavo, oh, fuck, this Kaiser injury, man. Werenski, you criminal. He looks like bummed. He looked like he knew something was bad. That sucks. That sucks. Bummer. Let's hope that that's not as bad as it looked, chat. Oh, no. And then Coyle with a chance on the doorstep. I think maybe Knight got a piece of that, unless he just missed the net. Yeah, look, it's a lot easier to scratch Ryan Green, 22-year-old Ryan Green, than it is to scratch 30-year-old veteran, two-time Stanley Cup champion, $5.5 million Andre Burakovsky. And so that's what happens, which is unfortunate because I refuse to acknowledge the fact that Ryan Green has been worse than Teuvo Teravainen or Andre Burakovsky. I won't accept that. I've watched the games. I disagree. I would disagree with that take, that Teuvo Teravainen and Andre Burakovsky have been better somehow than Ryan Green. I would not accept that, and I would not agree with that statement. We were praying. You could see the hurt on his face. Yeah, it didn't look good. Kaiser's been such an animal. Yeah, that would really suck. Especially with a player like that mobile. Like, you don't want him having knee injuries young. Like, that sucks so much, dude. Hope he's all right. That would really bum me the fuck out, man. If Kaiser's out for the season with, like, an ACL or an MCL. Or meniscus. That would bum you the fuck out. Oh, dangerous pass for the Jackets. Gets picked off. Mikheyev dumps it in for Donato to chase. Okay, Dickinson here. Passes it back. Renzel shoots. Hits the body. Dickinson back on it. Flings one into the corner behind the net for Donato. Donato protecting the puck pretty well. Let's see if he can make a pass. Gets jammed up. Gets it along to Mikheyev, but the puck goes over his stick. Jackets are able to carry out. Puck battle in the corner. Fourth line out for the Hawks. Checking line here. Landon Slaggert doing really, really well there. Using his body to fend off Dmitry Voronkov. That's a big boy, Voronkov, that number 10. That's a big boy, chat. Oh, Colton Dock just wiped out in the corner. Monahan carries it in for Columbus. Gets hit by Foligno, who's not able to get it out, though. Johnson tries to fling one into the Blackhawks corner. Hawks carry it out and dump it in. Go for a change. Doc, the lone guy on the forecheck. He's just going to retreat and get off the ice. First line out for the Hawks. Columbus plays it in. Spencer Knight plays it behind his net. Oh, no. Turnover? Fuck. No, we're fine. Sorry, that was... I don't know why I said it like that. Pause. I don't know how he was able to walk and skate off with little help. Odd man rush here for Chicago. Here's Bertuzzi. He's got Bedard. Oh, my gosh. Passes it in his fucking skates. Shot from the point. It's still free. Bertuzzi tries to get it back to the point. Terrible pass. Columbus is on a 2-on-1. Sillinger, the trigger man, over to Johnson. Johnson overskates it. Nice. They don't get a shot on. Jeez, Bertuzzi has been dreadful so far to start this game. Yeah, thankfully, Sillinger passed up that opportunity. By the time the puck got over to Johnson, he was already past the net. Oliver Moore using his speed. Nice move. Curls back. Was looking for Vlasic. Hit his stick and goes out of the zone. Take that to the net, young fella. I appreciate trying to get possession in the offensive zone, but when you got that much speed and time, just take that to the net. Bedard does not have the most consistent one-timer of all time. That pass was in his fucking boots, bro. That pass was, not in the wheelhouse whatsoever. That was an atrocious pass. He had it cocked back. And Bertuzzi plays it flips him a grenade in his skates. That pass was not on the money, brother. I'm bummed about Kaiser. Yeah, man, me too. I hope he's okay, but I don't have a good feeling about it, to be honest with you, and it's kind of ruining my vibe. Oh my gosh, what a move. Was that Fantelli? Holy cow. Good back check there from Jason Dickinson. Oh my gosh! Sam Renzel? Was that Sam Renzel that just ran a guy? No, that was Ryan Donato. I keep missing that up, and the Columbus Blue Jackets score. Why did he skate off the ice after that big hit? Ivan Provorov gets on the board. Jackets up 2-0. Was this Donato who laid this hit and then just immediately skated to the bench? What the fuck was that? Oh, so he wasn't happy. And then he takes a run. Oh my gosh. Why did he go to the bench? Ryan Donato, who got pissed off there and absolutely ran a dude over. That was a sick hit. But it kind of costed them a goal. I think Provorov was kind of Jason Dickinson's assignment there, though. I think Dickinson was the one who got beat. So that Mikheyev-Dickinson line on the ice for the second goal of the game. Not a good start. Hawks need to get something back here. Even if it's a solid shift in the offensive zone, they need to do something to change this momentum around a little bit. It's been all Blue Jackets over the past couple minutes. Slager gets on the puck, and he gets it out. Blue Jackets settle it down, go D. Here's Werenski. Oh my gosh, man, this guy is so good. Knight makes the save. Werenski is so sick, dude. Werenski is one of the few defensemen in the league that, like, genuinely drive play. Oh, it was Marchment? Bummer. Should have been a trip. I really am not enjoying this journey. I want us to dominate already. Gotta have a stronger stomach, brother. It's not always going to be easy. You gotta... Delayed gratification. It's fun. It's coming. Delayed gratification's important. This is a good life lesson. All right. Let's not. I want it now. What is this thumbnail? Oh my gosh. I need to pull this up on I just saw this on my laptop, but I need to pull this up on What is this thumbnail? Dude. Oh my gosh. I mean, that's a good YouTube thumbnail. What the fuck? What the fuck is that? That's so funny. That cracked me the fuck up. That's absurd. The hard times make the great one great. Yes, well said. I wish we had him instead of Seth Jones. Yeah, of course. Obviously. But if we had Werenski and Seth Jones instead of Seth Jones, like, who knows? Oh no, who knows how the chips fall with the draft and everything. And that would have been a different kind of asking price. It's so 5 o'clock news. That's crazy. There's the grit everyone wanted to see from McKenna. I mean, bruh. 2 hours ago. Can't teach grit. Can't teach grit. You just can't. Can't teach grit. Nine and 1 since Bonus took over. Yeah, they're on a tear. They are on a tear. It's the new coach bounce. They are. I'm so happy about it because I was able to cash out my bet. I put $100 on them to make the playoffs at the start of the year. I cashed it out for $80. This is the worst time to get hot. Like, the whole league is going on a hiatus for 2 weeks, for over 2 weeks. It's a bad time to get hot. They're still 5 points behind the Boston Bruins in the East. We couldn't have gotten Spencer Knight if we didn't have Seth Jones. Yeah, it's true. We probably wouldn't have gotten Connor Bedard if we had Zach Werenski. Oh no, here's Johnson. Tries to make a move. Grzelcyk defends it well. Where's our football player, hockey player, first round draft pick? I think he's doing not great in the USHL. If you must know. Murphy plays it for Bedard behind Spencer Knight. Now here's Vlasic. Hawks trying to break it out. Vlasic's just going to cut back. The Blue Jackets have been pressing really hard. Like when we get the puck, they have not been making it easy on us to break out. We've been struggling to break out and like carry the puck into the offensive zone this entire period. Hawks just dump it. Nice. Bedard wins it. Plays it behind the net for Nazar. Moves it along for Bertuzzi. Finds Bedard. Oh! I think maybe hit the pad of Greaves before it got to Bedard net front. That was a really good play from that line. Let's build off that. Hawks just dump it. Crevier tries to play it in. Hits a skate. Oh my gosh, Colton Dach just ran a guy over. Foligno in the corner. Behind the net for Dach. Back to the point, Murphy. D to D. Rinzel fakes the shot. Tries to spin away, and he coughs up the puck, and it gets out of the zone. Nazar and Bedard crickets. That was a nice play from Nazar and Bedard. It's been crickets from this Blackhawks team. That was like the first positive offensive play we've seen all night between Nazar and Bedard. So I don't know what you're yapping about. Nice move by Vlasic. What a pass. Gets it over to Moore. It's on his backhand, though. Shot from the point. Greaves makes the save. Nice Crevier save. Moore gets kind of out-muscled. And the Jackets are able to get it out. They just dump it into the Hawks zone. Lee, do you also feel like Foligno's skating with boots on every time he's out there? He just dumps it in. He's not clueless. He's just old and slow. Like, he knows what he's supposed to be doing. He's just skating in quicksand. He's fucking 38 or whatever. He's full-blown unk. Berkey giving himself concussions. Oh, Dickinson handles that dangerously right in front of the Knight's crease. Oh, but he finds Mikheyev. Oh, puck bounced up on Mikheyev there. He would have had a great look. Nice. They force a turnover. Mikheyev's just playing like a fucking madman. Damn, if he settled down that puck, that could have been a great look for 95. Here he is. Plays it into the zone. Rinzel rings it around the boards. Nazar tries to get it to Bedard. Jackets get on it and clear it out. Bertuzzi goes back to collect. Does well behind his own net. Flips it over to Bedard. Gets on the puck. Stick handles. Oh, almost gets it to Bert. Oh, no. Bad turnover here by Bedard. Here's Johnson. Drop pass. Gets it back. What a toe save from Spencer Knight. My goodness. Thank you, Mr. Knight. Thank you, Mr. Knight. Now Bedard carrying for the Hawks. Tries to stick handle. Hard rim. Bertuzzi gets there. Grzelcyk plays it back around for Bedard. Bedard does a little spinorama move at the blue line to dump it in. Jackets get it out. Yeah, that was a bad turnover by Bedard. But I don't know what the defenseman was doing. I don't know why he was. I'd need to see that play again. I think it was more of a miscommunication. I think Bedard thought he had a defenseman behind him, and he didn't. Great save from Spencer Knight. Gets the skate on it. Fight his ass. Wait, I didn't see it. Fliggy mixing it up. Former captain. Did we talk about McKenna? We did. I started the stream an hour before the game and did like a pregame. And so I talked about it for like 15 minutes, 20 minutes. It is nuts. It is very bizarre. I saw that shit on Twitter, like the rumor that some dude called his mom a whore. No clue if that's true. If that is true, I need that kid in Chicago badly. I need that badly. He's going to be a superstar, Gavin McKenna. I mean, even if it was just a bar fight, you got to love that. You got to love a guy mixing it up. Did you guys, any of you hear or read the Connor McDavid Players Tribune article? Did any of you guys see that? That was unbelievable. I like almost cried hearing that. That was like, I don't know, beautiful, and that shit was like inspiring. I'll pull it up. We're on pace for another amazing performance. 15 shots on net this game. It's all right. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal, brother. All right, first of all, I mean, this picture that's so hard. Dear Canada, and it's him like waving after he scored the game winner. Insane. All right. Actually, am I allowed to? Yeah, right. You can pull this up and read it. It's long, but like it's actually really long. I'll just read the end. He said, looking back, of course, it seems ridiculous now, but I remember the pain of losing and how at times it felt so much worse than the joy of winning. And if I'm honest, I still struggle with that. It's something I've tried to work on a lot the past few seasons. When we lose a game, whether it's a game 1 of 82, game 3 of a playoff series, it's a big deal here. Like I said, I welcome that pressure, but as a player, as a leader, I can't get too high or too low. And so how do you have fun in an environment like that? I don't have the answer right now. Sometimes the regular season feels like a grind. I think you've seen it in our play this year, in my play. I'm not always proud of that, but I want to be honest here, because what I can also say is that our room is working really hard. We're trying to win and have fun and be a team we know we can be. Coach is always telling me to relax, and I don't always listen to that as much as I should. There's a part of me that feels like I shouldn't relax until we win. I'm not going to lie. If this was a player on my team, if this was my superstar, I feel like I shouldn't relax until we win. That fires me up as a fan. Or that I shouldn't write stuff off like this until then. But I think it's important to not be afraid of the scars we have and how close we came. I think it's important as a captain to be a human and not just a hockey robot. I wish more than anything those finals went another way. It sucks. There's no other way to put it. It breaks my heart, but the only option you have is to use it as fuel for the fire and to show up the next day to the rink determined to get better. I remember after Game 7 in 24, I had my wedding coming up. My buddies had planned my bachelor party a few days after the last possible game of the season. We happened to be in it. I was 2 years ago against Florida. So a few days after the game, me and my buddies were on a plane to the Bahamas. I was not fun to be around. Looking back, I almost have to laugh now because, man, it was just a weird trip. We tried to play golf and it rained, so we sat around having a few beers at the clubhouse and just talking about how sad we... Dude, they try to play golf and it rains it out. How sad we were about the series. We left after 2 nights. They said, fuck it, we're out of here. Too depressed after catching the L in Game 7. I remember sitting there holding a beer and kind of staring into the distance like the movies, just thinking back on the last few months like this isn't how it was supposed to go. In some ways, that was one of the most important moments of my career. It put everything in perspective. You have to learn from the bad times. Chat, we got to learn from the bad times, all right? This sucks. This sucks right now. Losing 2-0 to the Columbus Blue Jackets last game before the Olympic break. You know, we've got Andrei Burakovsky in our top 6. Ryan Green's getting scratched for no reason. This sucks, okay? But you have to take something from it. Take it from the GOAT. And what I took from it was this. I don't want to play golf. I don't want to sit by the pool. I don't want to be in the Bahamas. I don't need a break or a fresh start. I just want to be in Edmonton playing hockey. I want to get back there again, the finals, whatever it takes. If that sounds like a robot, then I guess I'm a robot. But I see it differently. It doesn't feel like work to me. It's just the game that I love. Ever since I was a little kid, it's been the same feeling. It's like every time you step onto a fresh sheet of ice, even if it's at 5 o'clock in the morning, you're just so excited for that Zamboni to come off and for that barn door to swing open so you can hop onto the ice. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Like, geez. You hear that first crunch and you just love it. I still love it even when it sucks. Every day is another chance, another opportunity to choose better. I really cannot wait for these Olympics. I'll be bringing everything I've learned to Italy to represent my country. I've waited a long time to say that. I don't think it'll really hit me until I get over there. I was on the U17s the first time I wore a Canada jersey, and I dreamt of this moment ever since. Pulling on that national sweater, being in a room with different generations of great players, Sid and Nate and Celebrini and should be Bedard and all those guys. It's just such an honor, really. I think best on best, country against country, that's where hockey becomes something else. Reminds us of the shovels in the snow, the rollerblades and the road rash. I can't wait to get in the room. I can't wait to play more hockey. Holy shit, man. I just like... He's special. 97 is special. I don't know. Like, that shit fired me up so much. That shit happened. That shit fired me up so much. I'm scared. I'm scared of McDavid at the, I'm scared for USA. I'm scared of this motivated level of Connor McDavid. I am fearful of McDavid. I'm not fearful of Team Canada as a whole. Like, I do think that the U.S. stacks up well. I think the U.S. is got a great team. A little unserious. I would feel better if Jason Robertson was going. Why? Why is JT Miller on the Olympic team? I don't know. I can't answer that. The New York Rangers are one of the worst teams in the league, and Vinny Trocheck and JT Miller are going. I don't know. Jason Robertson is literally, leading American skaters in points. I don't know, but I am scared of Connor McDavid. But with that being said, USA winning the gold medal. USA's doing it. This pretty much confirms McDavid staying in Edmonton. Yeah, I mean, he did say all he can think about is playing in Edmonton. Like, he wants to win in Edmonton. And I think everybody kind of viewed that 2-year contract as like a do it now or else. But like, it is, but it isn't that, because like, look, this Edmonton team is so bad. And, like, if they're not able to, get guys to go there over these 2 years with that extra cap space, like, I don't think anybody's batting an eye or blaming Connor McDavid for leaving to go win elsewhere. McDavid, all talk. He literally scored the game winner in overtime at the Four Nations final. That is the opposite of all talk. He scored in the first game against the U.S. too. McDavid is quite literally the antithesis. He is the complete opposite of all talk. Connor McDavid is no talk. Neither is Team Russia, TBH. I mean, Team Russia is not as... I mean, it sucks because Russia is like the third best hockey nation in the world. But that Russia team would not be as good as the U.S. or Canada. They wouldn't. They can't start all three goaltenders, you know? It's not like they can start Vasilevsky, Sorokin, and Shesterkin. Like, it's not like they can start three goaltenders. If they could use some of their goaltenders to play defense, that'd be great. But it sucks that Russia isn't playing. Like, there is kind of an asterisk just because it's like, okay, you won, but third best team. You don't think they'd be? I think they'd be as good as, like, that forward group is nasty, and they have the best goaltenders in the world. That forward group is stacked. I don't think defensively they're that great. They have Stan Bowman as a GM. We need a guy like McKenna. What, sucker punching people in bars? In a tournament that didn't matter, don't care. I love it. I respect the American copium. I don't mind it. I don't mind it one bit. I don't know where we're at on the intermission clock. I seen Czech win in 98. All right. I don't think there's going to be some crazy, like, I don't think a team that isn't US, Canada, or Sweden is winning this thing. These guys have been starved of this hockey for so long. I don't think there's going to be like a miracle on ice situation, like where the US is losing to Kazakhstan. Like, this US team is going to be so hungry to win. This Team Canada group is going to be so hungry to win. Like, I don't think either of these teams are going to get caught snoozing against anyone. The only thing I'm worried about for Canada is our goaltending. I think you guys got us beat there. I think the U.S. has better two-way forwards than Canada does. I'm going to be honest. I think, like, the U.S. has a ton of two-way dogs that are, like, exactly what you want in games like that. And I also think the U.S. has a better blue line. I do. Canada has the best defenseman in the world in Cale Makar, but the U.S. did not have Quinn Hughes at the Four Nations. Like, Quinn Hughes will make a difference. Have you seen the Quinn Hughes, like, what's happened in Minnesota since Quinn Hughes has gotten there? Like, Brock Faber is playing at a superstar level now with Quinn Hughes. That's going to be the U.S.'s top pair. They've been playing together for months. And Zach Werenski, I mean, we've seen it in this game. This guy's unbelievable. He drives play like a forward. Zach Werenski drives play like a forward. He's going to be on our second pair. You know? Outside of Cale Makar, Canada has no one like Zach Werenski. The only thing that Canada definitely has over any other country is superstars, and that's it. Yeah. I mean, they've got the top. They've got McDavid and McKinnon and Makar. And I fear every single one of those guys. But the rest of the lineup, it's like the U.S. has dogs, man. Like two-way, like the two-way centerman, you know, like obviously I know you're thinking like McDavid, Crosby, McKinnon. Not even all three of those guys are probably going to be playing center because they're probably all three of those guys are going to be in the top six. But I mean, the two-way ability of Matthews and Eichel and Larkin, like we're deep, man. The U.S. is deep. Matt Boldy is a sicko. I ordered a couple of USA jerseys off of DH Gate. I got a Matthew Tkachuk jersey. You guys know that's, well, I guess if you've watched me long enough, my favorite non-Blackhawk. I love the way that guy plays. I got a Matthew Tkachuk jersey, and I got a Matt Boldy jersey. A couple of USA sweaters. And so I hope they come in time. I'm not going to be here. I'm going to be out of town in Florida. I've talked about this on stream already, but I'm going to be in Florida for like the group stage, the unimportant games, you know, against like Italy and shit. I'm going to be out of town for those, but I'll be back like right before the quarterfinals start. So I'll be covering those as much as possible, streaming those when I can. Team Canada had to pull up a forward, and they didn't choose Bedard. I know they chose Sam Bennett, who shouldn't have been left off the original squad. Like, I kind of had a feeling if one of those guys went down, it was going to be Sam Bennett going. Now, I think if another forward goes down, it'll be Connor Bedard. But Bennett's going, right? Like Bennett should have been on the team originally. Like Sam Bennett was the Conn Smythe winner this past year, and he scored a goal in the final against the U.S. at Four Nations. Like Sam Bennett should have been on the team originally. Like I think that was a crazier snub than Bedard, if I'm being honest. But like I think Connor Bedard should be in Canada's top six. Like I don't think Connor Bedard should be playing like a middle six or a bottom six role. Like I think you should have Connor Bedard on a line with a McKinnon or a McDavid. If you're like Connor Bedard is a top 5 or 6 offensive player on the planet. If Connor Bedard didn't get injured, he'd be like 5th in points right now or 6th in points. Doing it with Ryan Green and Andre Burakovsky and Tyler Bertuzzi, you know? Like, he's not built the same as these other guys. Like, he is a top offensive player on the planet. He should be in Team Canada's top 6, but they're smoking, you know what? The fall off from Luongo, Price, and Brodeur has been insane. Yeah, you got Binner and Logan Thompson. Smashing some tacos. I swear Bill Guerin snubbed Kane because of how badly Kane owned Minnesota. I don't think Patrick Kane was ever going to make this team, to be honest with you. I think the Jason Robertsons, I would feel much more confident. Look, if the Blackhawks, if USA were going into the Olympics with this exact roster, but like Jason Robertson instead of any one of Clayton Keller, I gotta get this clock ready. Vinny Trocheck, JT Miller, or Brock Nelson. If Jason Robertson was in for any one of those 4 players, I would feel good about the U.S.'s chance. I'd be like, we're bringing all of our guns. We got all our weapons. We got Quinn Hughes. We have everything we need. Like, this is it. I would feel so good. I would live with the result. If you lose a close game to Canada, I'd be able to live with it. But the fact that Jason Robertson, the year he's having, got left off, it just like it gives me an unnecessary anxiety. And like, I don't want there to be an excuse, you know? Like, I don't want to be able, after you lose a close game to Canada, be like, oh man, we should have brought Jason Robertson. Oh man, if we only brought Jason Robertson. Like, I don't want that. I'm not a little biatch. You know, I'm not a little shill like that. I wish we had all of our guns. I would take Robertson over Caulfield, by the way. Whatever happened to that radio hockey show on YouTube? I left. I decided I was going to leave like during the playoffs last year, just because it didn't make sense for me to be putting as much time and energy as I was into it. I was not the boss of it. I was not an owner of it. I was putting a ridiculous amount of hours into it, and while it was an awesome experience and I gained a lot from it and I met some cool people and I found like my passion for doing this, it made no sense to be working as hard as I was for nothing. And not only was I like, it's not like I wasn't getting paid. Like I was putting a lot of money into it, you know, and like Ubering to a studio 4 to 5 times a week, Ubering to and from a studio 4 to 5 times a week, and countless hours. It just made so much more sense for me to leave and start my own thing. And so that's what I did. And then after that, they hired a bunch of interns. And then I think at the start of the year this year, they just kind of like all realized they wanted to go their separate ways, and that's what happened. So that's what happened with the Chicago Hockey Radio show that I was on. Team USA will have trouble scoring goals. I don't think they will. I think Team USA has plenty of goal scorers in the lineup. Keller's a dog. Not as much of a dog as Jason Robertson is. He's just not. But I would rather Clayton Keller than like Brock Nelson, Vinny Trocheck, JT Miller. And it's like, what are you going to, like, it's not like all those guys are going to even be in the lineup to kill penalties anyway. You're just like bringing extra guys. Like Vinny Trocheck probably won't play in an important game. And so it's like, what's the point of even bringing him as a backup? Because it's not like Vinny Trocheck is going to, like, if a player goes down, are you going to have Vinny Trocheck go into the top 6? No. But you could have even if you have Jason Robertson as an extra, it's like if a guy goes down, you can have him shot from the point. Spencer Knight makes the save. Team Canada for gold. Yeah, no. USA's winning. Sorry, bro. I mean, the U.S. still has so much offensive talent. Like, if Jack Hughes and Austin Matthews are able to have a pulse, and then you have Quinn Hughes, like, if those things happened at the Four Nations, the U.S. wins both games against Canada. But we saw a lifeless, pulseless Jack Hughes on the wing who was a complete non-factor, and an Austin Matthews who was a shell of himself. But Austin Matthews has been playing much better hockey of late, and I think he's going to be an absolute dog at the Olympics for the United States. And then we're going to also have Quinn Hughes. So I think that's going to be the difference, and I think the U.S. is going to beat Canada. I do. Would I feel better with Jason Robertson there, even as an extra? Yes, but it's okay. Could go work for Barstool and Dave Totally Sane Portnoy. I applied like at the beginning of the summer. Like I sent my info in for the talent search thing at Barstool, but I think things happen for a reason. I'm very happy with the way things are going right now on my channel. I've never felt more motivated to do this stuff than I have as of late. So I'm really good with the way things are progressing here. Are we going to Peeper? We're going to a Peeper. Come on. Let's get one back. Come on. Quinn Hughes is definitely a difference maker, and the chemistry with Faber is a nice advantage. Agreed. Heinen. Hooking. Yeah, this is running for you. Yeah, I mean, if I could grow this to be able to like make enough money on it to be my job, like I'll just be able to put so much work into it. And this is like dream scenario for me. No boss, just go live, make vids, talk about what I want, when I want, how I want. It's pretty elite. So I'm very grateful for the way things have unfolded. Oh, Nazar! Good chance. Graves makes the save, and Nazar gets hit after the fact. Good look. Bedard down to Nazar. I'm so fine with him just taking that to the net and getting a shot. You have the space. Do that every time, Frankie. It was close. He almost got it, and he almost put that in the top corner. Jackets come up with it off the draw. Monahan kind of dangles Nazar and makes a nice little move around Renzel, but Nazar picked that up. Bertuzzi into the zone, cuts back. Coyle takes it off of him and is able to get it out of the zone. And then Renzel turns the puck over to Monahan. Monahan drags one, misses the net. Bedard passes it back for Renzel. All right, let's get into the zone here. Jeez. Bertuzzi's so bad at carrying the puck in. Should never be the option. Nazar with a bad drop pass that does not get to Bedard. Hawks have to retreat and grab it again. All right. Maybe one more push from this first unit. Bedard enters the zone. Plays it along the wall. Bounces nicely for Rinsky, and he's able to send it. The length, I don't know. The cameraman has no clue where the puck is. There it is, cameraman. Thank you. I missed the pregame McKenny UFC stuff. It was 100% deserved for the scumbag who insulted his mom. Do we know if that's true at all? I think that was just like a text that somebody put on Twitter. Like, is there any information actually confirming that story? Like, if that is true, that's nails, and that's awesome, and that fires me up. But if it's not, it's like anyone could just make that text up. Oh, Grizzly from the point. Graves, glove save. Yeah, it wasn't a great peeper. Mikheyev getting power play time. Yeah, I don't think Crosby is like people keep talking about Crosby's like he's a top 5 player in the league. Like, I think Jack Eichel is a much better hockey player currently than Sidney Crosby is. Like, I know Canadians might like point a gun at me for saying that, but I don't think Sidney Crosby is still like he's still a very good player. Like, he's still a top 6 player for Team Canada, but like it's for me it's oh no, and they score again. Scores again right after the Hawks get off that power play. It's Heinen who was just serving the 2 minutes for the hook. And also, by the way, the new 3-0 lead in hockey is, oh my gosh, Foligno off Donato's skates. It doesn't get out. Cross ice pass. Yeah, it's pretty nightmarish. Pretty bad from Nick Foligno. Pretty bad. Pretty bad. Okay. Jeez. And Columbus is right back to it here. Good poke check from Renzel. Crosby has a heart for clutch moments of leadership. Yeah, no, and he's a great guy to have in the room. I'm sorry, I'm really not trying to slander Sidney Crosby, but like when you're talking about the best players in between USA and Canada, like Sidney Crosby is not. You know, that's the point I'm making. Like I don't think the top 3 players amongst the US and Canada rosters are McKinnon, McDavid, Crosby, and then like US players underneath. Like, I think that's not true at all. Crosby's GOAT from 2006 to 2018. Patrick Kane would like a word. No, I'm just kidding. Jonathan Toews would have something to say about that from 2010 to 2015. Just kidding. But like if I had a team, if I was building a team for this season and I could have Jack Eichel be my first line center or Sidney Crosby be my first line center, I'm taking Jack Eichel. You know, like, come on, let's be realistic here. Bertuzzi wipes out. Teuvo carries it out. Dumps it in. Seems like we're sleeping. Teuvo's been horrible. Yeah, I know. People were like telling me under my tweet today that Teuvo hasn't been that bad. I'm like, what are we watching? I don't think. Oh, and he just put an absolute dime as I'm slandering him on Connor Bedard's stick, and Bedard put it just over the net. Maybe Graves got a piece of it. That was the best chance of the game so far for the Blackhawks there for 98. And thank God Crevier's got wheels to get there first for that icing call. We need to pick it up after last game. Don't want to get thumped before the break. Oh, that was so close. That would have been nice. A 98 goal would have been really nice. Double shift for him here. More Bedard, Burakovsky. Double shifting 98. Hawks don't win the draw and puck gets out. Moore is so quick, man. Passes it over to Bedard. He's got some space. He can go to work here maybe. Leaves one for Burakovsky, who just... This guy is so fucking bad. He's been terrible. Like, he's just not good. We're scratching Ryan Green and just, like, leaving this in the top 6. Like, what am I watching? Fucking Burakovsky, man. Holy cow. Why is Berkey out there with Bedard? Bedard got double shifted. He got put on. He got double shifted and played an extra shift with the Moore Burakovsky line. Dickinson just drew a penalty, I think. Yeah, attaboy. Slashing call. Back to the peeper. Not that that's, you know, not that we should get excited for a power play with this group right now, but whatever. We don't have a top 6. We have Bedard, Nazar, and Bertuzzi. Yeah, we have a top 3. Oliver Moore's been fine. Oliver Moore's been good. Green wouldn't have lost the handle of that puck there. He wouldn't have just, like, the Holy Ghost wouldn't have just taken that off Ryan Green's stick the way he did with Andre Burakovsky. Ryan Green's a great puck handler. That would have at least gotten to the net. I'm not saying he would have scored that, but geez, he wouldn't have just lost the puck. I love how everyone's pissed about Green being scratched as if he was lighting it up. I think people are upset because Andre Burakovsky has been significantly worse, and so is Teuvo Teravainen. That's why I'm upset. I can't speak on everyone else. Like, you can't look. I know, Scott, you're a Ryan Green hater for some odd reason. Like, if you're gonna look me in the eye and try to tell me Andre Burakovsky's been better than Ryan Green, it's just gonna confirm what I already suspect, that you just don't know puck. Trade anything to get into the top 2 next draft, please. Yeah, you want a high pick. I mean, look, it's looking good for us. It's not looking like Florida's going to make the playoffs, and hopefully after the Olympic break, the Florida Panthers just shut some of their guys down. Like, that would be awesome. They're dealing with so many injuries. Like, Florida, Florida could... we might have 2 top 10 picks, So there is some traction with courtesy of text via Andrew Nolan. There is some traction along the Gavin McKenna's mom getting called a whore, and Gavin McKenna not taking too lightly to that and chinning that guy. There might be some truth to that. So that's pretty fucking awesome. I am very pro McKenna more than ever. I am sold on Gavin McKenna after that moment. I don't know if KD's seat is on fire, to be honest with you. I don't think it matters how annoyed the fans get. Renzel here, skating it. Oh my gosh, Graves' glove has been dialed tonight. Let's shoot blocker side. I don't know if that was on the pre-scout. I don't know if going high glove was on the pre-scout, because that's the only place we've looked. Can we shoot for the blocker? Because this guy is fucking snagging everything. Can we stop shooting high glove? Bedard here. Left side. Gets it down to Nazar. Nazar passes it back to Bedard. He's got Renzel as an option. Here's Renzel back to Bedard. Wasn't able to take the one-timer because it was not where the pass needed to be. Bedard looking for Nazar. Seam pass. Throws one out in front. Teuvo Teravainen. Bertuzzi now. Has to send it back to Renzel, and it hits the stick and gets out of the zone. Teravainen into the zone, and he just gets the puck lost in his skates and isn't able to get anything on net. Columbus sends it down again. Jeff Blashill effing sucks. No, he doesn't. Like, this team has improved massively from last year. I don't agree with the green thing, and I don't like that Andre Burakovsky's been stapled to the top 6, but Andre Burakovsky's a veteran player who's won 2 Stanley Cups. Like, those are realities. It's harder to scratch that guy than it is to scratch Ryan Green. Like, that's the reality of the situation. I'm not sitting here saying Jeff Blashill sucks. This team's going to finish like maybe more than 15 points higher than it did last year, especially if they end well. I just want to see more youth to end the season. Get Frundell up here. ASAP Rocky. I hope his season ends soon. Get him here before the year ends. We go into the Olympic break. It's fine. A lot of the guys kind of nursing injuries. We'll have a couple weeks off. Here's Mikheyev flying in. Cuts back. Gives it to Murphy. Murphy stick handling. Backhands one. And Graves is able to make the save easily. We miss Kaiser. Is there anything out about Kaiser? Anything about that? We won't know till after the game. The reporters are going to ask Jeff Blashill, and he's going to say, we'll know more tomorrow. If I had to guess. Colton Dach isn't on the Blackhawks bench. I didn't notice that. So Doc's injured too. you take Jack Eichel going forward because he's younger and going to do a better job fulfilling the contract in a non-cap environment. Who says, yeah, I'll take Eichel over Crosby? Okay, pearl clutching. Like, what are we, I don't think that's that wild of a take. Jack Eichel is a superstar. Jack Eichel is, a top 10 player in the league. He is like the second best two-way center in the league. Like, who's Barkov's maybe a better two-way centerman than Jack Eichel? I don't think that's that diabolical, to be honest with you. Oof. Good look there. Yeah, like, I'm sorry. Sidney Crosby is not still a top 10 player in the NHL. Like, I just don't think he is. I don't think that's that crazy. He's like, what, 37 years old? Like, whoa. Is that really that crazy to say that Jack Eichel right now is a better hockey player than Sidney Crosby? Like, I just think that's like kind of common knowledge. I don't know. Like, I'm not saying Jack Eichel's greater than Sidney Crosby. I'm not saying prime Crosby versus prime Eichel. I'm taking prime Eichel. I'm just saying right now in 2026, Jack Eichel's better than Sidney Crosby. I don't think that's like a hot... I don't know. Jack Eichel is sensational. Like, do you guys watch Jack Eichel play? He's unbelievable. Knight plays the puck. Olivier shielding it away from Bedard in the corner. Tries a nice tie up by Crevier there in the corner. Hawks come out with it. Here's Burakovsky. His pass out of the reach of Teuvo Teravainen. It's not icing. I guess it hit Teuvo's stick. Here comes the Jackets. Offsides? No, not. But they lost the puck in the process of Voronkov trying to stay on sides. Here's Bertuzzi. Nazar tries to take it off of him. But Bertuzzi, like, steals it from Nazar. Johnson with a nice pass. Oh, gosh. Monahan had a good look there. Spencer Knight made a big save. Attaboy, Knighter. You can love Bedard and understand that Celebrini is better right now? No. Connor Bedard's better. Connor Bedard clears. No, I'm not arguing that the same way. Like, Macklin Celebrini is unbelievable. I understand that Macklin Celebrini is better at some things than Connor Bedard is, but I think Bedard's offensive package will eventually... Connor Bedard's my guy. Connor Bedard's better. I don't give a fuck. Donato! Oh, shoots it wide. Thank you for going blocker side, though. Jeez. Finally, stop looking for the glove side. Oh, no. 3-on-2. Couple of bad bounces. It's okay. Hawks survive. Puck back to the point for Columbus. Shot comes in. Blocker save from Spencer Knight. Renzel banks one off the back wall. Hawks play it up. Fantilli gets on it, dumps it into the Hawk zone. Knight plays it and leaves it for Murph. Passes it over to Renzel. The Bedard Celebrini comparison is so trite. I mean, this is sports. They're going to be compared forever. Bedard's got a better shot, and he's a better playmaker. Oh, Mikheyev! Oh! Bedard's just playing with Andre Burakovsky and Ryan Green. Slagger gets taken down, driving to the net. Hawks going back to the power play. You need one before the end of the period. You need a goal before the end of the period. Like that, this is the best part about sports to me. I think it's so cringe when people are like, "Can we not compare players?" No, I'm going to compare players. It's the most fun thing in the world. It's the most fun thing in the world to argue with your friends or people you don't know online about athletes you've never met before. Like, that's the most fun thing in the world. No, I'm not going to stop doing it. Why do our vets look like they're exhausted? Because they are. Crosby's having a great year for his age. Kudos to him. Still take Jack. Yeah, exactly. Like, what Crosby's doing at this age is remarkable. But it's like saying that LeBron James is better than insert, it's like saying LeBron's better than Luka or like, I don't know. The NBA sucks. But like, yeah, LeBron's still cooking at his age is unbelievable, but he's not, LeBron's not still like a top 3 player in the league. Why argue when Connor's so much better? All right, you're right. I'm sorry. Bedard just clears. That's all there is to it. Hopefully Frendell is Bedard's Will Smith. I think Frendell's going to be better than Will Smith. I think Frendell's going to be a two-way monster that is just going to be fucking getting served applesauce. He's going to be getting served baby food from Connor Bedard for 12, 15 years or so. It's fun to watch your team win. Player comparisons are a yawner for me. Damn, I guess you don't have enough friends that watch the same sports as you, because that was my entire childhood. That's like me and my friends from home. Like, we have a group chat, and literally all we do is argue about sports and players and shit. Like, it's all we do. It's like the most fun thing in the world. Like, we had Crosby Ovechkin forever. Everyone argued Crosby or Ovechkin, Now we get to do it again with Bedard and Celebrini. What a joy. What a treat. I'm so glad I have a dog in the race, too. All right, Renzel plays it down low for Bertuzzi. Nice! Oh! Try to find Nazar in the slot. Wasn't able to do anything with the puck. Puck goes back to Renzel, over to Bedard. Bedard down in the corner. Was looking for Bertuzzi. The backboard Bertuzzi. He plays it along the wall for Nazar. Nazar down low for Bedard. Here's Renzel. Fake shooting to Bedard. His pass for Tavo hits a skate. Columbus gets on it. No real good look for the Hawks there, despite having some good possession. Let's see how they do on the entry. Haven't been using the drop pass as much. They're going to use it here, though. Nazar drops it for Bedsy. Bedard carries it in, makes a nice move, and gets it to Renzel. Hawks should be able to get set up. Puck bounces up on Teravainen. Can he handle it? He does. He collects, down for Bertuzzi. Flips it to Nazar, who gets a shot on. Really good save from Graves. Nazar in the slot again. Oh, Graves makes the save. Couple of good looks there. Why talking about LeBron when Chirac had MJ? Because I didn't watch MJ. And I watched LeBron James terrorize. I mean, LeBron James went to the NBA Finals a decade straight. For 10 years in a row. Or was it 11 years? Like, my entire childhood was just LeBron James in the finals every year. There was no parity because of LeBron James. Like, I've never seen that before. I know Michael Jordan won 6. Oh! Moore with the great 1T. I think he shot it just over. Here's Burakovsky. Back to the point, Grzelcyk. Burakovsky's pass back to Grzelcyk gets poked out of the zone. Power play expires. Here's Foligno in the corner. Gets it to Donato, who tried to score from behind the net. And Crevier almost kept it in, but delayed offsides. Hawks have to tag up. Crosby was better than Tays, and Ovechkin was better than Kane, but couldn't care less because Blackhawks were a juggernaut. Yeah, but there was a time where I was arguing that Jonathan Tays was better than Sidney Crosby. There was a time where Jonathan Tays had 3 Stanley Cups and Sidney Crosby had 1, and I was arguing with people and saying that Jonathan Tays was better, and that was fun. That was fun for me. I enjoyed that. Nice. Oh, Slagger tries to... Crevier with the look. High blocker. Graves got a piece of it. Mikheyev sends one back to the point. Crevier with a blast. That was going to go wide, but Graves still gets a piece of it regardless. One of my lights just died. I'm going to wait. Knight steers that one aside. That was kind of dangerous. Crevier looking for Bedard on an outlet pass. Bedard's going to win this puck here in the corner. Oh, wasn't able to find more, though. Werenski carries it out for Columbus. Leaves it for Sillinger. Sillinger tries to get it back to Werenski. Hawks intercept. Here's Burakovsky. The pass to Moore in the neutral zone, but he wasn't able to go anywhere. 56 seconds left in the second. Panarin traded to the Kings. Oh, when did that happen? Werenski, D to D. Murphy gets on the puck. Rinzel plays it up the wall, but it can't get out. Nice tie-up from Murphy behind the Hawks net. Good hit from Rinzel in the corner. 13 seconds left. Oof. That Fabro shot just goes wide. Bedard off the glass, can't get it out. Teravainen, you got to get on that puck. Thank goodness. End of the second. Jeez. Woof is what I would say about this game so far. Hasn't been my favorite Hawks game of the season, if I have to be honest with you all, but there have been worse. No one say anything about how short and little Paquito my tie is, all right? Thank goodness. God bless Artemi Panarin. I don't know, isn't he like not a good guy? But we don't have the dominant team. It makes sense. Blackhawks fans would try to argue they drafted the best young player. Legendary third incoming. It would have to be some third. It'll have to be some third. But I'm not counting the boys out. I still have faith. I'm still cheering them on. I don't know if we're going to necessarily win this game, but I would love to see a couple young players score. I would like to see some points. I would like to see some goals. I'd be okay with, if they lose, but then Bedard and Nazar combine for a goal. I could live with that. I would prefer a win, but That second period was a little better. That second period was a little better than that first period. Can we forfeit? We're going to lose 5-0. No, what's the point? What's the point of talking like... What's the point of even watching the game and being in the stream if you're going to talk like that? Like, if I was like, yeah, we're going to lose this game 5-0. Like, what are we all sitting around for? Dude, Gavin McKenna is such a dog. KD drafting ability to be questioned, especially taking Lev number 2. It's too early. It's too early. Lev Shanov's 20 years old. I am more interested and concerned about the bigger picture. Look, dude, I get it, Lebowski. I'm concerned about the bigger picture, too. I talk about the bigger picture in almost every single video, every single stream that I do on this channel. However, it's still fun to argue that certain players are better than certain players. I don't think they have to be mutually exclusive. I think I can do both, and I do both, and I will do both. Blashill needs to start threatening bloodlines to wake this team up. I think you can only squeeze so much juice out of a lemon crystal. I don't know there's how much you can say to this group right now that's going to like I don't think the right message in this intermission is going to... They need this this break. That's all. It'll be a nice reset, a factory reset for this group. The condensed schedule has been hard on the veterans, but also the young players who have never played, or maybe they played half the year last year. They've struggled down the stretch here to pulling up into the Olympic break. Lev is the D version of Yakupov. Plays hockey like he's being chased around the ice by a swarm of bees. I think it's a little early for that. I think it's a little early for Yakupov comparisons. He's a right shot defenseman. We cannot be comparing him to Yakupov. What are we doing? You can take the kid out of the Western League, but you can't take the Western League out of the kid. That's so funny. Feels like we are missing everything. Relax, dude. Oh my gosh. It takes time. There are highs and lows. There are good games and there are bad games. This was so much worse last year. Like, everyone acting like this is... Like, it was worse last year. This team was fucking terrible. There was no sight of, promise. The blue line is exciting. Can they get better? Yes. Do they have to get better? Yes. Are they perfect? Have they been perfect? God, no. But the young blue line is exciting. You see big bodies back there that can skate well, like Sam Renzel, that can move the puck. Hopefully Wyatt Kaiser's okay. We're still waiting on so much forward talent. Bring out SRN. Scott, he had better takes. Don't recall Makar needing time to develop because he didn't. You are such an idiot, dude. This player is not Cale Makar, the most talented defenseman ever. He is not him, so therefore he is a bust. What are we doing? What are you doing? Is that rage bait? What, are you just so stupid? Are you that dumb? He's not Makar, so bust. Then every defenseman ever drafted is a fucking bust. Dumbass. Nathan MacKinnon was not elite until his 4th year in the league. Was he a bust? Nathan MacKinnon, known bust. I need Frundell, Nesterseal, Kanserov, please. They're coming. They're coming. Plus maybe 2 top 10 picks this year. We're fine. We're still good. All right. Makar can't be your standard for good defenseman. It's absurd. It's like comparing every forward to Connor McDavid. It's like, what are we doing? Makar played 2 years in college. He took a little time to develop. Yeah, it's not like he made his debut when he was fucking 18 years old. That's not what I said, Jake Paul. Yes, it is. You said don't recall Makar needing time to develop because he didn't. Lev is a bust. You compared that is what else are you saying by that? Please enlighten us, SRM Scott. If that's not what you said, you're so intelligent. Please enlighten us on what else that would mean. This team needs the Olympic break and bad. I need the Blackhawks. I need to be a Blackhawks scout. God, no. Some of the takes I've seen you have in this chat over the season, Sergeant Baloney. Where was Makar picked in the draft? I think 4th. I think he went 4th overall, if I remember correctly. What does that matter? It's Cale Makar. It's the most talented defenseman this game has ever seen. What it doesn't matter where he was picked in the if you're sitting around comparing 20-year-old defensemen to Cale Makar, you're never gonna find a good defenseman. Number 4 overall for Makar. Yeah. I need to be a Hawk scout for all the free drugs. Do Hawk scouts like get like a lot of drugs? Is that a thing? Is that a... Now that is what I call a perk. Say what I did there. That is what I call a perk. I just want the kid to have someone legit and proven to play with. He's due for a 100-point season. I don't see how that happens with pulling Ryan Poles and band-aiding middle sixers on the first line. Well, that's not the long-term plan. The plan is that like one of these players, hopefully in the draft or that you've drafted, is going to be like star offensive talent. And then you also have, and that's not the end of it. Like the Blackhawks will start making moves. Like they will start going out and acquiring players via the trade market. Like, guys, do not lose sight of the fact that the Blackhawks have so many assets. The Blackhawks have so much draft capital. They have so many prospects. If they really need to, when the time comes, they hopefully will go out and trade for players. But I think the management wants to find out what they maybe have with a Frundell or a Kanserov first before they go out and ship out guys. You want to take that gamble eventually. I think that gamble should happen, honestly, in the summer. I think you should start looking into, acquiring players via trade. I really do. I think that should happen this summer. I don't know if it'll happen this summer. I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't happen this summer. I'm sure Blackhawks fans would be ecstatic about that, but I'm just saying how I'm just predicting, Makar, probably the 3rd best player in the Olympics after McDavid and McKinnon. It's fair. Talon also whiffed on Jack Skilly at number 7 overall. I interviewed Jack Skilly last year on Chicago Hockey Radio. Great guy. Great guy, Jack Skilly. Barker came after Kane Tays. Once you have those two, lots of room for errors. I don't think... Wait, did Barker... I don't think Barker came after Kane Tays. Oh, wait, yeah, he did. No, he was drafted in 2004. Cam Barker came before Kane Tays. KHL ends in February. SHL ends in March. Frendell and Kanserov to Hawks soon. Thank goodness. I'm so excited for Anton Frendell. Even if he like struggles at first, just another guy to root for. I'm sure he'll, Frendell will play the first 3 games and not have a point, and SRM Scott will be in my chat unironically calling him a bust. I promise you. As much as I hate how this game is going, Columbus has been really fun to watch this season. Yeah, they're a playoff pick of mine. LA extended Panarin 2 years, $11 million AAV. We talked about it. Caleb Jones was suspended 20 games. Yes. Okay. A lot of this stuff, like all the new stuff, all the stuff going on, I started this stream an hour before the game started, and it was like a pre-game thing. We broke down all that stuff together. We got into all of it, including Caleb Jones, blood doping or PED use or whatever the fuck he did. Very bizarre. Not the most bizarre story of the day. I'd say that Gavin McKenna UFC fight in the bar was a little more bizarre. No, you're good. You're good. You're good. I shouldn't get irritated. It's just like, it happens. It's happened 5 times this stream. Yeah, it is possible to whiff and build a juggernaut. Not every pick has to be a superstar. It is a numbers game. They are lottery tickets. You are throwing darts at a board. You can only do, like that's the human element. Like you never know what player's going to develop into a super high-end talent and who's not. You can have hunches. You can make your most educated guess. They're saying he's going to get back to draws after the break. Yeah, his shoulder will probably be back to, which makes you realize like Bedard has obviously not been at 100% since he's been back. Obviously, otherwise he'd be taking face-offs and like doing his normal thing. So I think this break will be really good for everyone. Panarin on LA makes sense. I mean, like in general, I guess, yeah. I don't think that the LA Kings are going to... I don't think it makes the LA Kings anything remotely near a contender. I think it gets bums in seats in LA and, a big market like that. It's nice to have like a star player, but LA's not good. And I don't think Artemi Panarin at 35 years of age is going to come in and be the savior for that group. But who knows? I think, okay. I feel like we did whiff on Korch somewhat. He still looks awesome even if he's not at 100%. I agree. But he'll look even better after the Olympics. I think he's going to be a dog after the Olympics. Oh, gosh. This interview is brutal. You guys have been really bad on the power play. 0 for 6. But you got some good looks. Expand on that. Yeah. Lee just joining. What did I miss? A lot. You missed a lot, bro. You missed a lot. But what you didn't miss is this third period. We're coming out flying in this third. We're going to get a couple back, chat. Calling it here. Mark my word. Mark my word. I like football players for hockey, said Blackhawks scout after a line of... I'm sorry. That just gave me an aneurysm. Let me try again. Maybe it was me. I like football players for hockey, said Blackhawks scouts after a line of cocaine. Yeah, no, didn't make any more sense the second time around. I tried. I don't know what you're saying, brother. I don't know if there was punctuation missed. Lee, quick question. Would you flip Lardis for Michkov if the opportunity presented itself? Yeah. Yeah. Kane Def was generational. Yeah, I think the generational term doesn't mean anything anymore. A generational player is supposed to be like a once in a generation player. There aren't 10 generational players in every era. Like I think the three generational players playing right now are, which I guess kind of just defeats what I just said, but like McDavid, I think is a generational talent. McKinnon and Makar, I think you could argue. Like Sid's a generational player. Lemieux, Gretzky, like... What would you think if we got EP40 for somewhat cheap? Canucks would have to eat. Like, I don't know if the Canucks would be willing to eat on that contract for as long as it's, out there. But I've brought that up. I've suggested that. I think, I understand why nobody would want EP40, but I think in a market that isn't the Vancouver Canucks, on a team where he's the second line center, I think it'd be a lot easier for him to play well. I think he could be a point per game player in Chicago as a second line center. Problem is do you want to pay $11.6 million for that? It's such a risk. But, You already talked about the McKenna situation. I did indeed talk about the McKenna situation. Here's Nazar. Oh, his shot goes wide. Murphy behind the net for Bertuzzi. Here's Frankie looking for a redirection. Doesn't get it. Columbus able to get it out. Whoa. That pass goes flying into the Columbus bench. Yeah, I think Gavin McKenna's a beast. Sidney Crosby and Connor McDavid. Crosby, Ovechkin, McDavid. I don't know. I think Nathan MacKinnon's pretty unreal. I think Nathan MacKinnon's pretty unreal. When I watch Nathan MacKinnon, it looks like he's playing a different sport. Yager, Hasek, Lemieux, Gretzky. I think if we're calling Yager a generational player, not like Nathan MacKinnon. Come on. Come on. You can only have one of them. That's stupid. That's dumb. That's not true. I don't think you can only have one. Crosby and McDavid overlapped a lot. McDavid's came onto the scene, what, 2016 was his rookie year? Like, Crosby and McDavid's careers have overlapped, like, for a decade. So you can say that, but you can't say Ovi and Crosby. That doesn't make sense. Good stick by Grzelcyk defensively. Hawks going the other way. Mikheyev's got some space. Cuts back. Leaves it for Donato. Donato loses the puck. Gets back on it in the corner. Hard rings around the boards. Rinzel's there. Or sorry, I think that... Yeah, it was Rinzel. Donato throws one to the net. That one was awkward. Rinzel. Here's Mickey. Cross for Vlasic. Vlasic looks for stick. Gets it. It hits the post and stays out somehow. Oh, bummer. He gets the deflection he wants, but it hits the post. Unlucky there for the Hawks. Oh, no. Nightmare. Nightmare. Sillinger wasn't able to score on that. Crevier tries to get it up the boards. Puck bounces to Tavo. Tavo plays it off the wall. Yeah, and we're missing a forward and a defenseman right now. So we playing 11-5? Is that what we're doing right now? 11-5? Murphy over to Rinzel. To Nazar. Loses the puck. Oh, bounces for him nicely. Hawks gain the zone. Donato to Murph. Murphy shoots one, and it's glove save. Now we got a little scuffle. Going on. Be careful of Nazar's bubble. Don't hit Nazar in the bubble, please. Monahan and Nazar. That's funny. I bet Frank just says the dumbest shit in those scuffles. He came 10 years after Crosby. I think you're getting really hung up on the verbiage, brother. I don't think it matters. I think calling Ovechkin the greatest goal scorer ever, a generational talent, is pretty reasonable. I think that's pretty reasonable. I think saying that he's not a generational talent because he came at the same time as Crosby is stupid. I think that's dumb. Respectfully, I don't think that really makes sense. That's all. Took MacKinnon to his 5th season to get over a point per game. I know. I don't think people are I don't think people have been trashing Bedard tonight. Were people just saying stuff about Bedard? Yeah, Bedard's fine. Bedard has been amazing, and he's not at 100% yet. Let's get one. I just don't want to get shut out. I would like a couple of cookies. Can I get a couple cookies, chat? Can I get a cookie for 98? Can I get a cookie for 91? Oh, that Vlasic shot that took the tip. Whoa. Oh, it was the inside of the post, too. That couldn't have been any closer. It's a bummer. That's a bummer. I don't want a donut. I don't want a donut. I want a couple of cookies. Bro regrets being 5 years old in 2010. Dude, you've got more life to live. Don't complain about being young. Come on, bruh. All the boomers in here would give everything they have to be your age, I'm sure. Ask the boomers in chat. Ask the boomers in chat. There's one thing money can't buy, it's time. All right. Bedard into the zone. Nice move. Cuts back. He just worked Adam Fantilli like a traffic cone. Here's more. Shimmying. Gets it to Bedard. Oh, what a look. Graves gets across. Great play from Oliver Moore. That's what we need with Bedard. Moore holding up the puck. Find that passing lane. That little saucer pass across the ice. Bedard rips the 1-T. That was a nice play from Moore and Bedard there. Fantilli throws one across net. Burakovsky should get here first. He does. Passes it to Grzelcyk. Gets it over to Crevier. Hawks break it out. Mikheyev's got some speed. Passes it to Burakovsky. Doesn't shoot. Fires it over to Crevier. Here's Burakovsky now. Oh, Mikheyev. Damn. Coyle through the neutral zone. Getting hounded by Donato. Oh no, Bertuzzi. Too slow there. Bertuzzi's a nightmare in these like 4-on-4 situations. He's too fucking slow for him. I'd rather have Landon Slaggert out there than Tyler Bertuzzi in a 4-on-4. And Landon Slaggert couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. Oh, Nazar wipes out in the corner. Wow. Now a Columbus player takes a spill. Renzel carries it out into the zone. Spins it for Foligno. Foligno just... All right, gets it to Bertuzzi. Gets it back. Good pass. Oh, Dickinson, it was on his backhand. He had a wide open net. Murphy, shot gets blocked. He still has it. Goes just wide. Bertuzzi can't reach it. Dickinson can't keep it in. Recovers well, though. Gets back on the puck. Carries it back in. Plays it behind the net. Foligno just... All Foligno can do is just hard rim. Landon, future 40 goal scorer, Slaggert. Yeah, maybe 40 goal scorer in the Dell. Oh! 40 goal scorer in, you know, the SHL. Vlasic just flying. Sometimes Vlasic gets on the puck and decides he just wants to be a horse, and I love it. Oh no, here comes Olivier. Good save from Spencer Knight. Is there a player you'd like Blackhawks to trade for in the future? Or a player they should sign in free agency? I mean, look, any of the guys, like I've talked about this on like a lot of videos and podcasts and stuff, but like guys like Barzal or Kyrou or, you know, even Elias Pettersson, like if you can get Vancouver to retain, or Jordan Kyrou or like a Robert Thomas, like some of these studs that, you know, maybe situations with their teams might sour a little bit. Teams want assets for various reasons. You know, I think those are guys. Jason Robertson, obviously, if Dallas kind of loses in the first or second round this year and they can't come to an agreement on a contract and Dallas looks to move him, like I think you should be all in. If Jason Robertson becomes available, I think you should be all in on Jason Robertson. Why not trade for Kane? Because he's 38 and that time has passed. Like, if the Hawks wanted Kane, they would have never, like, traded him. Kane's time is over in Chicago. Also, Patrick Kane is not, like... Patrick Kane, would, like, an old skill player is not moving the needle for this team. We need players... We need to acquire players that fit the rebuild, that fit the Blackhawks schedule. Going out, that's the same reason why getting Artemi Panarin is, like, a waste. Like, go out and get a player under the age of 27 years old. Don't disrespect my Pookie like that, Slags. He's just not good. He plays hard. He's fast. He works hard. You know, no disrespect. He's just not, like, very talented. Michkov, I mean... Yeah, I don't know if the Flyers... I don't think the Flyers are going to trade Michkov just because of Paul Bissonnette calling their fans losers. I don't think Talk hates him. I don't think Talk hates Michkov. I think Michkov is, like... He came in fat and slow. He came in, like, to the season and... was not conditioned and like has struggled. Like when the Hawks have played the Flyers a couple times, like Michkov is not stood out. Like when I watch Matvei Michkov, when I watch Flyers games, Matvei Michkov is not like some, you know, no disrespect, he's just not talented. I mean, dude, respect, but you know, what am I going to sit here and pretend like I think Landon Slaggert is like, you know? Crevier battling in the corner. Jackets win it. Tavo along the wall. He almost gets upended. Vlasic wins it. Finds Nazar with a nice pass. Nazar's just going to dump it in. We're doing like so much more dump and chase as of late than I remember happening earlier on this season. Anybody else noticing that? Like, we only dump the puck in. Like, Frank Nazar didn't even try to carry that. Great save by Spencer Knight. He's hurt. Spencer Knight's mask is off and he's holding his face. And I think he drew a penalty. No, the ref just called a trip. Oh, Skate came up high and knocked Spencer Knight's helmet off his head. The refs took a while to realize that his mask came off. It's pretty dangerous that didn't get blown dead right away. That's going to annoy him. His helmet, the ref just had to help him put his helmet on. He's going to be playing at that thing. Yeah, that was scary. Well, Hawks going to the PK with 8:33 left. Bummer. We got a penalty. Yeah, they called Crevier on a trip there. That's why the guy's leg came up and hit Knight as he was falling to the ice. Nice. Mikheyev gets on it. Oof. Ilya Mikheyev looks 10 times better when he's on the PK. Like, he just looks so much better when he's killing penalties. I think that was the first time I saw a Blackhawk carry the puck into the offensive zone in 2 periods of hockey. It's like they have the green light to attack on the penalty kill, but then they don't on 5-on-5. It's bizarre. Like 5-on-5, right when we're getting past center ice, we're dumping the puck in. Why? Why is that? I get that Columbus is kind of clogging up the neutral zone and, defending the blue line well, but any update on Kaiser? I didn't see anything on Twitter, and I'd imagine we're not going to hear anything. They're going to ask Jeff Blashill about it after the game. He's going to tell the reporters that we'll know more tomorrow. I promise you. We'll know more tomorrow. Okay. I guess if you are going to get hurt doing it, the last game before the Olympic break isn't a bad time to do it. But it didn't look good, and it looked like a knee injury to me. And so that could be a bummer. Our PK is so goated. Yeah, it's the number 1 PK in the league. And it's not just because of Ilya Mikheyev. Here's Bedard. He's got to just chip it in. Takes a hit. Nice stick there by Renzel. Burakovsky into the zone for Bedard. Bedard sharp angle. Renzel throws one to the net. Graves gloves it. Hey guys, for Olympic break. Fire Davidson now. Fire Davidson now is so funny. Imagine just out of the blue, Kyle Davidson gets fired. Oh, it's so funny. You tell him, Ginger. You tell him. You let us know. Fire KD now. Let's get him. Everyone, let's do a meetup. Everyone meet me at the United Center. Bring your pitchfork and your torch. Let's show up and let's demand Davidson out now. Well, we can't blame this one on Burakovsky. I mean, you say that like Andre Burakovsky's been good this game. Andre Burakovsky's been quite ass. Let's get that out of the way. Other than that, yeah, I mean, this team is struggling. Connor Bedard's not 100% yet. This Olympic break is going to do this team a ton of favors. They're also, this entire period, I think they've been playing with 11 forwards and 5 defensemen. Wyatt Kaiser and Colton Dock have not been seen. Wyatt Kaiser may have picked up a knee injury. Let's Jan. We're gonna make Jan 6 look like a reenactment. Too many soft players on the Hawks. You have 11 forwards in 5 defensemen, and you're trying to chase a lead against a team that's just completely clogging up the neutral zone in the blue line. Like, this is like what, like, you're not winning this game. Kaiser goes down in the first. Colton Dot goes down in the second. Like, it's like what do you think is going to happen? They're going to start like. I love that the Hawks pulled their goalie this early with the ozone draw. I was talking about this in the San Jose game, how I'd be pissed if my team didn't pull their goalie down 3. I literally said this last stream. I'm happy with that. Thank you, Jeff Blashill. Grizzlick drop to Nazar. Into the zone. Shoots one. Oh. Graves makes the save. Gonna have another draw in the ozone. Hawks need some size on the wing. Yeah, they need more talent on the wing. They've got size is coming. Like, the last draft, they only drafted big guys. Spelisi's coming. Nestrasil's coming. Anton Frendel's coming. These are all big boys. They've got some size coming up through the pipeline. Grizzlick's got to race back to get it. He beats Coyle there. Goes behind the Hawks' empty cage. Jeff, the jackass, needs to go. What are you talking about? Were you here last year? You realize that he had this team overperforming. Like, he's gotten the most out of this group. We've seen improvement from many players on this team. Oh, no. Tyler Bertuzzi. What the fuck was that? My goodness. That was a shocker from Tyler Bertuzzi to end the game. Tyler Bertuzzi has been asked tonight. Tyler Bertuzzi's been brutal tonight. What the fuck is he doing? Oh my gosh. What is Bertuzzi doing? How about a goon for the Hawks? If you're watching this game, if you just watch this game and you think to yourself, the Hawks need a goon. Respectfully, what does a goon change about this game? You lose 4-0, but you see a fight? Should I time out this troll? I beat you to it. But yes, you can. Especially when that guy's being fucking annoying. KD, if someone, if someone's talking shit and I'm not really acknowledging them, you can ban those people. If I am going back and forth with someone who's like trolling me, you can let them go, But if I'm like ignoring people, you can fucking time them out, bro. I won't get mad at you. I won't get mad at you for timing out trolls. To trade Burakovsky, it's not gonna. I mean, that's not happening at the deadline. That's a summer thing, maybe. If you're trying to trade Burakovsky, no team going into the playoffs is gonna pick up Andre Burakovsky, brother. It's not happening. It's not happening at the deadline. That's not a deadline move. That's a summer thing. I've been alive to see a time when we had both the Eagle and Hasek in net. I didn't want to get rid of either of them. Of course, Hasek went on a tear the moment we let him go. Don't worry, guys. Gavin the Goon's coming to Chicago. Guys, we got Gavin to Chicago, baby. We got Kevin. We've got Connor Bedard's fifth cousin who knocks people out and coming to Shy Rizzy. Worry not. The Olympic break is going to be great for all of us. It's going to be great for the team. It's going to be great for our mentals too. All right? We're going to come back after the Olympics, after the United States win their gold medal. We're going to be refreshed, rejuvenated. We're going to get Anton Frindell and Roman Kanserov in the lineup by the end of the year. We're going to probably lose more games then, but the team will be more healthy. It'll be more exciting hockey. And the Panthers are going to shut down a lot of their top players. We're going to get 2 top 10 picks. We're going to trade Dickinson and Murphy and Mikheyev at the deadline. We're going to have 1 billion picks in the first 3 rounds. We're going to package them all together. Move higher up in the draft. We're going to move higher up in the draft. We're going to consolidate picks and young players that we have now that might be on the outside looking in, and we're going to go out and we are going to acquire a good player via trade, and we're all going to live happily ever after. All right? I'd rather buy him out. When does the KHL season end? March, I think someone said in chat. I think SHL ends in someone said in chat tonight, SHL ends in February, KHL ends in March. We still have a quarter of this. We still have, 25 games left? Like, there's still a lot of season left. Like, think about how many highs and lows there have been this year. Like, think about how many, KHL season ends May 23rd. Oh. Well, whoever said that earlier in chat was waffling with us. We not trading Mickey. You risk losing them for nothing. We'll see. Regular season ends February. Let's just hope Kaiser is week to week. No tear or sprain. I agree. I really hope we do not lose Wyatt Kaiser for the season. That would suck. Just saying, if we go like 25-0 in our next 25, we could make the offs. True. Is Djurgårdens making the SHL playoffs? I don't know. Should we find out? It doesn't look like they're in the... They're 9th. I don't know what that means. I don't know how the playoffs work. There are only 14 teams. I don't know SHL puck like that. They're 15-19, so they're under 500. Who knows? Foligno's pissed off. He didn't do shit about it. They're 9th out of 10. No, there's 14 teams. We won't see Cancerov until next season. We need some better players next year. Get rid of the dead wood. That's just that's a statement that means nothing. Get rid of the bad players, get good players. Wow, cutting edge stuff there, Skip. We're making the playoffs potentially. Who, Djurgardens? If by we're you mean Djurgardens. Guys, let's do it. Guys, let's do it. Let's check. Let's just see things as of right now. All right, we're pulling it up. Right now, 5th position and 9th position. Fuck! Oh, no! Oh, that would be... Oh, what a fucking disaster that would be. Oh, that just ruined my night. That's the worst thing I've seen all day, and I saw Wyatt Kaiser get injured. Oh my gosh, one more. Okay. Come on. Seriously? Nashville? All right, I'm not liking our chances. Reset. All right, let's see. Come on. Fuck. So we've got an 8.7 chance for the first overall pick, a 9% chance of the second overall pick, plus it's not, is it top 5 protected? That's not how it works, right? Do you add this, or is it top 5 protected? 1 through 6 make playoffs, then 7 to 10 go on a play-in. Sorry, bottom 4 teams are out and maybe get relegated. Yes, that Florida pick is indeed top 10 right now. I'm telling you. Florida just decides that they're not going to be able to, you know. Caleb Mayorda. Dude, I thought this kid was like a consensus top 5. A 6'5" left winger doesn't sound too bad. That doesn't sound bad to me at all. Dude, why does fucking San Jose keep winning this? How many times do I got to click this before the Blackhawks win this fucking draft? It's not protected. Okay, so the Hawks technically have like a 14% chance of... Yeah! Via Florida Panthers pick. Let's go. Let's go. We get Ethan Belches, or however you pronounce that fucking name, and Gavin McKenna. Oh my gosh. That would be a dream scenario. You need left wingers. You need talent on the left wing. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine if the Blackhawks walked away from the draft with these two? Considering all of our most exciting offensive prospects play on the right side, and then you add these two. Oh my gosh, that would be busty. I want to see what happens if we like get like, oh, we have no way of picking like third overall, do we? So we can only pick top 2 or 5, 6, 7. Gotcha. I see. Oh, they're saying the Kaiser injury didn't look good. I am in despair. I can't do it. Where are we? 53 points. Winnipeg with 52. How have Winnipeg not like started a fire sale yet? Keaton or Chase have honestly been good. Oh, why would we? No, we would not take defensemen. No, with how sketch our blue, dude, our blue line prospects are not sketch. They're all 20. They've looked like Alex Vlasic and Crevier and Kaiser have looked good. Rinzel and Artie are fucking rookies. Like you're not drafting more defensemen. Are you guys? Have you lost your minds? No. They would not take Chase Reed or Keaton Verhoff. No. Dude. Sell Jason Dickinson, Mikheyev, and Murphy. All right? Shoulder more burden on the young players. Let Bedard and Nazar go up against the other team's best every night. You know, it's okay if you lose some games. These teams are just all so bad, unfortunately. Like I don't know if we're worse than any of these teams. Maybe Winnipeg could pass us. I don't see the Hawks dropping below any of these teams, unfortunately. It said Doc and a pick for Ricard Raquel. Yeah, see, ChatGPT is AI is shit. Kaiser was really good, was playing really good D. Too bad if he's out for some time. Yeah, it would suck. We can trade a prospect for a true defensive defenseman if we needed. They take longer to develop, and we could find one FA or trade if we have to. Yeah, you're not taking a defenseman in the top 10 this year. It's not happening. It's just not. What of these picks could you maybe scoop up? The ChatGPT said to get Jake McCabe back. Yeah, that's poverty. All right, guys. I've been alive for a long time. I think I am going to about call it. I appreciate not the game we were hoping for, a 4-0, but there was a ton of shit going on. So if you missed the start of the stream, I was live for almost an hour before the game and talked about the Gavin McKenna situation, the Artemi Panarin trade. I talked about Green more and Mikheyev and Burakovsky more. So if you missed that stuff, go back and check it out. Olympic break is finally here. I am going to be going to Florida for during basically the entire group stage. So maybe some post games at the beach or something, but I won't be streaming the group stage games. Not that any of those are going to be interesting anyway. But I'll be back for the quarterfinals. I'll be streaming USA, maybe Canada games. We'll see kind of how the cookie crumbles with streams and stuff during the Olympic break. But I appreciate you guys so much. If you're still in here and have not subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. Please do so. I'd really appreciate it. But other than that, stay the course. I know this sucked. Losses like this suck, but the future is bright. No matter how many accounts with assault Jamie Faulkner or kill Kyle Davidson. These faceless Twitter accounts. No matter how many miserable boomers there are, the future is bright. Don't lose sight of that. I appreciate all you guys. I hope you all have a fantastic night despite the result of this game.